5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, good day, goodbye, hello, wherever you are in the world. One of those, as I always say, will apply to you. Welcome along. How are we feeling today? Interesting lineup. As the league goes, 1-1, lost 1. As the season goes, 1-1, lost 2. We didn't win that overly convincingly, did we? Worried? Yeah, a little bit. But we do have to remember, Marty, he's doing what he would normally be doing in pre-season. And he couldn't do in pre-season because we couldn't announce him. He was... Remember when we had those watchalongs that went on for about 4 days, all on one day? He was there apparently, but obviously not appointed. So he couldn't actually be seen to maybe have too much influence. I don't know, but he is playing catch up. Talking of catch up, let's catch up with my buddy that's going to help me today, Tom. This is the Watchalong Matchday Live, Charlton Athletic versus Leicester City.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Hiya, Tom. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. Not too bad. I've decided, like you, to go for our new apparel we got gifted by Jim when he came over. Because every time I wear Leicester stuff at the moment, we lose. So I thought I'm going to wear some Jacksonville stuff.
You weren't supposed to be drunk because you were driving, but you have obviously forgotten that we'd all agreed to wear Panther stuff today.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't think we were going to tell the audience that. I thought it was meant to be led into quite jokingly. So you just completely blown it, mate.
I didn't realise that. Maybe I was drunk then.
I think you were drunk. I remember walking you home.
Ronald, hello. Gray, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Ash is in. Hello, Ash. Paul, Scott, hello, Scott. Nice to see you as well. Lots of youngsters in the squad. Project Reset, he says. Well, we're going to talk about the squad. By the way, you still got your sticker on the front, mate.
Yeah, I know. I left it on because apparently it makes the value better.
Does it?
Yeah, well, basketball ones, they leave the stickers on. So I thought, I'm not going to take it off for the moment. Maybe the youngsters in the chat will understand this more than me, Chris. But, so I left it on there for the moment.
Oh, okay. News to me. Right, let's have a look at this. Very, very interesting. First of all, let's start with just saying that the next show after this, because we've obviously this is the watch along, pre-match, half-time, full-time analysis, the match in between. But 6 o'clock tonight, we're going to be talking about a certain defender that I happen to love, being linked with Besiktas in Turkey to join up with Mr. Ndidi, his teammate. So we're not going to talk about that now because we'll be talking about that at 6 o'clock tonight. That was announced sort of quite late yesterday. Wayne says teenager Tom.
I look like an American teenager. He's correct.
Yes, you do. But thanks very much to Jim, by the way, for these. When he came over from America, we very much appreciate it. Look, as formations go, not a surprise. Before we get into the individual and talk about the players, is this, do you think, his pre-season, these first few games? Because he only had one game, didn't he, pre-season?
Yeah, I think that's kind of right, Chris, isn't it? Yeah, because he's got to basically get used to his group, and he's working with them on the training pitch. And then obviously, we're also losing players, obviously on a daily basis now, which is what we were expecting. So he's having to shuffle the pack as he goes as well. So it's going to be interesting today to see how the players like Page, come into this equation, isn't it? Really,
it is. Scott says, I was under the impression keeping the sticker on keeps the value of the baseball cap. Let's be honest with you. You're not going to be able to retire if you sell this and you still get the sticker on, are you? You know.
I think he looks funnier, to be fair, as well, though, Chris. It makes me look funnier.
Well, I don't know.
You help with that.
Was looking at you in the first place, but moving on. Goalkeeper, we know that's always going to be the case this season, don't we, still, Archie? Back four. Chowdhury's in. Now, I did a show yesterday with Wayne, who's in. Hello, Wayne. And we looked through it's his first one yesterday, so do try and get it, guys. 7 o'clock at the moment. It might change slightly, and I'll speak to Wayne about that. But 7 o'clock on Friday, we looked at the press conference, and we picked a team. And I'd put Chowdhury in there, but I had put him as one of the two defensive midfielders, which is his normal role. The problem we've got, obviously, is that Justin's not fit.
Yep.
Ricardo is on the bench.
Yeah.
Not good enough to start. Not good enough, not fit enough to start.
Yeah,
so I suppose that's why Chowdhury's in there. I would prefer to see that, but look, Chowdhury is right back. We know, and he's captain as well. We know he can do a job there. Coley, to me, he's one of the first names on the sheet now. You know, Thomas, yes, and I have to say, and please, if you want to clip this and save it to the archives. You may never hear me say this again. I would, and FaZe is on the bench, but I would have had him starting.
Yeah, I think I would have done as well, Chris, though. Either that or Nelson over Vestergaard. I think the problem is, again, it's going back to the Preston game, isn't it? He got caught short because he didn't have the legs to keep up with the counters. So I think that is a big problem. And I actually looked at this game and thought it's the perfect game to put Nelson back in, really, because it's kind of, in theory, the level he was playing at last year. So why not put him in for this game to give him a bit more confidence back? He didn't have a great performance last time, but he is still
this long term for us. He was yanked off, wasn't he? So he's on the subs bench.
Yeah, he's on that subs bench. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I thought it would be a good opportunity today to put him in there and start bedding him in a bit, because the reality is FaZe is probably going to go. You've got that show later on, as we won't go too much about this. But why not now use this game today to bed him in like a couple of other players? Bilal obviously is not going to probably be here either, so we're seeing that up top as well. So I'm surprised to see Vestergaard. I think he was quite susceptible for one of the goals in particular, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think. He's gone here for the back. He's gone for experience, I think, because we need to start winning games, and you're only going to do that by not conceding goals. I can see. Look, we know what he can do with his passes, Vestergaard, and that's, I think, what gets him in. And he does make some good interceptions, and he doesn't look like he's doing much. But sometimes he just sticks his foot out, gets the tackle in without even trying. Do you know what I mean? So, but no, I would have started FaZe because he's looked good when he's come on the last couple of games. But don't please ever quote me on that. Please don't say Nelson was yanked off. You've just got a dirty, filthy mind, Wayne. You really have.
He certainly does, that bloke. We've been hanging out with him. We certainly know he does.
You should be ashamed of yourself, sir. Ashamed. Go and hide under your Monga football shirt.
Careful,
Who
Chris.
else
Careful.
would he have on the back? Let's be honest with you. Who else would he have on the back? Look, this scare. I did not want to see this at all today. No Winks, which I would have preferred. He's not even on the bench. Interestingly,
No, he is on the bench. He is on the bench, Chris.
Oh yeah, sorry, he was right at the bottom. I hadn't gone to the bottom enough. That's something else I never thought I'd say. He's got this thing. Sorry, I'm just being cheeky.
It's all right, mate. You're early. It's an early show today, though, so be careful. I got it, mate. I got it. I wasn't giving you the ammo for it because it's an early show today. We've got to be careful here. You know, it's 12 o'clock. It's not 9 p.m.
That one was cheeky. Bum cheeky. Never mind. We've got Samara Skip. What is it with these two that manage? Well, this manager, and look, we trust this manager, and we know that he's, we're hoping he's going to come good, and we have faith in him. But what does he see in these two that we don't?
Oh, he must be kicking them on the training pitch or something to have a reason to pick them today. There must be something we're not seeing because every time we see these two, and we shuffle the pack with them, Chris, don't we? We go between Sumari and Skip and Winks and Skip and Winks and Sumari, and it's the same result. We end up pulling one of them out the next week and putting someone else in. I mean, this is the problem with Bilal going. I know, we're going to have to let him go, but Page really is the guy that should be in there for me in that box-to-box midfield role alongside one of them, and I think the other two then miss out for my money now because Page showed in pre-season he could score 2 goals and contribute from there, but he's now to go to attacking mid obviously because Bilal's going. Yeah,
we'll come on to attacking mid in a second, but is it? I mean, look, so many players have been linked with movements away here. We've also got Birmingham next Friday, which is before the deadline. That, if we're not playing our strongest 11 because we think they might be going, we're going to get hammered by Birmingham. I like you say, he always ends up taking one of them off. So why not start with the? I just don't get the love for these two, and I know I wanted Skip and Winks, but I regret ever suggesting that. I haven't seen them play together, but these two just don't. I don't see. Yes, we've got them on long contracts, etc., but I don't care how long they're on a contract for if they're not playing. I would not have those two near the starting lineup. That said, moving up. Now, interestingly, no El Canoes, and there's not even an El Canoes on the bench. But I just want to read you this. This is what Marty has said about El Canoes. We are excited about them and what they can bring to the team. There's been 4 changes since the last game. JJ has been struggling with a small injury during the week, and we picked Hamza with Ricardo still on his way back. I get that. That's Bilal is a fantastic young player, very talented. We felt it was perhaps not the easiest week, and in the end we decided to take him out of the spotlight, just because I think it's best for him and for the team. Now that says 2 things to me. One, that yes, he's going, and we don't want to risk him getting injured because it would be 30-odd million that we'd be throwing down the drain. And let's be honest, we've said money is all important at the moment. B, it also says to me his head's not in the right space.
Yeah, I think that's right, Chris. Yeah, and I think in that case, it's better off not to play him. I actually agree with it. I don't think he's actually played brilliantly so far either, to be honest. I think he's actually been half in, half out himself. So I'm happy today to see.
I thought he was shaking it all about.
Shaking it all about. We're doing the hokey cokey today, Chris. Are we? That's what we're doing the hokey. Oh, mate, at full time we're doing the hokey cokey. It's been a very bad day for us all. We've lost our marbles, haven't we? But I'm interested in Page being in that attacking mid, though, like you say, mate. I think Alves. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Page being in that attacking mid for me is interesting because I would have given Alves a go today. And I know he didn't have a great time at Cardiff last year in similar positions in the attacking middle on the left. But I just kind of feel like if we're going to see if he's any good, today's kind of a game we wanted to put him out there because we need an attacking midfield. And I'm not sure we're going to be buying one because it doesn't look like we're going to have any money in if we do sell Bilal, right?
Well, you'd hope some of that money might be given. But then, we are putting a lot of trust in the youngsters this season anyway. Look, I'm just thinking, because Elvis did start against Huddersfield, And as bad as the team was, he didn't even make it past half time.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking whether putting him on the subs bench is easing him in. El Canoes, it is either, his head's in the wrong place, which I think it is, to be honest with you. I stroke he might be going. But what about Mavididi? Where is Mavididi? Has anybody seen Mavididi?
I heard he had a knock, but then who knows? A knock is quite a vague thing, isn't it, Chris? So, who knows? But apparently he might have an injury, a small one. That's why he's not featuring. But it is a bit odd, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. But it says here, with no El Canoes or Mavididi in the squad, nor the sold Casey McAteer, Cifuentes has included Alves Marchell and Silko Thomas, who's also been linked with the move away as well. So it's yeah. I just I didn't say anything about a knock, but let's be honest with you. Leicester City get more knocks in the training pitch than they do during the matches.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. I'll put it this way. From what I read somewhere else, apparently he's got a bad back or something. And I joked to Wayne earlier. I said, I don't know how he's got a back. He hasn't the bad back. He hasn't done any heavy lifting around here for a few weeks, has he? But, muscle injury. Yeah, exactly, Ash. That's what we hear as well. But it's interesting because now McAteer's gone, obviously, I think it does show. I know we got options on the wings, but it's not real quality options. I mean, Alves is 22 now, Chris. It's kind of do or die for him now at this level, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, we said that the other week, didn't we? Maybe we've actually missed the boat with him.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe we shipped him out on loan too many times. When he was 18, 19, he seemed to be in a bit more better regular form, didn't he? Especially in the academy. Yeah. Maybe that was the time to get him in there.
Yeah. Wayne is obviously getting, enjoying this because Monga's started and, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, we bring him on when we need to be got out of trouble. Well, why not put him on at the start and let him cause trouble?
Yeah, 100%, mate. He's kind of our Luke Skywalker at the moment. He's kind of our only hope, isn't he? Against the dark forces of every other football team. So it's good to see what you can do today. But it will be interesting from the perspective of him starting because he's been always an impact sub for us, hasn't he? We've always been very impressed with that. It is a slightly different game when you're starting them. So I'm hoping he'll bring that energy that I've demanded from last week when we didn't start well against Preston. We kind of didn't want it enough early and then we got ourselves in a mess, right? So I want to see today, hopefully, what he can do with that.
No, I agree. And, like I say, it's great to have an impact sub. I'm old enough to remember David Fairclough, at Liverpool. But you're thinking, who is he? But yep. Those of a certain age will remember David Fairclough. But like I say, why wait? Because I always say the best form of defence is attack. So why wait to go down a goal and then bring on your best player? Why not start with the best player and hopefully go a goal up?
I completely agree, Chris. And I'd also say attack is the best form of defence when your defence is particularly leaky. And I think at times our defence can be particularly leaky, So I think that is a very good way of looking at it. Yeah, so I want to see that today because that for me is part of what Marty should be learning, right? And I said Marty's going to have to learn very quickly, with who he's going to be putting his trust in this team. We're still seeing one or two names out there that the fans aren't happy with in this team, aren't we? So I hope he's right to put his trust in them because our trust in them is very thin already. So we'll see today if it follows through.
We will indeed. Wayne's doing the Monga there. Let's all do the Monga. Like it, Wayne, like it. Right, do you want me to scare you now?
Please.
The subs. If City want to win today, they have to upset a terrific recent record for Charlton at their home ground. They've not lost at the Valley since last December, and so are unbeaten in the last 17 games here in all competitions. They've won 14 of these. And you don't think Leicester are going to win today?
No, I don't, Chris, I'm afraid. I'm following the trend of what I've seen so far. We started with a good performance against Fiorentina, I'd say, and then it seems like we've got a slow puncture in our tyre and we're getting gradually worse every week. So Sheffield Wednesday, we just got past it, but they gave us hell of a game. We put in less effort against Preston and lost, and I'm thinking today, what are we going to see today? So I'm just following the trend, Chris. I'm very worried.
Yes, I can see why you are. Nathan Jones is obviously their manager. Not everybody's favourite manager, let's be honest, after Southampton. But like I say, I'm just hoping that he's using these first few games as as what everybody, because he hadn't had that option in pre-season to try different things. And it's okay, somebody doing it for you, but he wasn't there. He wasn't, Hi, Vicky. Interesting, just very quickly, just decided, apparently after 2 games, Rangers want...
Russell Martin out.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Also, did anybody see last night's score?
Yes, we did. Paul Manson. He doesn't look very good, does he, Chris?
Well, maybe that was a fantastic move.
Yeah, West Ham fans are asking for a refund already all over social media, aren't they? And we're like, John Rudkin's pulled a masterstroke. You know what I mean? They're in big trouble. They're in big trouble, West Ham. They look awful.
They finished last year badly. All I will say is, for everybody that wanted Harry Potter, and I'm going to Harry Potter, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted Graham Potter, and I'll include myself in that. I will include myself in that. Maybe we dodged a bullet.
I think we did dodge a bullet, Chris, as well. I always...
Same, yes.
Yeah, 2 manager bullets missed. I completely agree with that. Yeah, I don't like managers of Russell Martin's capacity, because he seems a bit arrogant and Brendan Rodgers-y to me, and we've already had that. I kind of think we need that bit more humbleness right now. So we have got the right manager, Chris. I'm going to say this right now. I know it's not particularly going well so far. I do believe he's trying to do the best of what he's got, but once again, what we've got and what we're left with at the end of this window, that is going to decide the fate of this football club right now more than the manager.
But as I said the other day, I think we've got to take... This is the season we take the hit.
Yes,
even if it may, and I'm not convinced we'll go up. And I was on an Ipswich channel last night, although they didn't know who I was. They call me Leicester, every Leicester channel except Leicester Till I Die. But there's some bad puns going on, and even Jim spent too long with us. But yes, yeah. What is it? Espirios Leicester Winios.
I have no idea, mate. I had an ex-partner of mine who used to watch Harry Potter every night in the bedroom, and I could manage to tune it out after a while. It got a bit much for me.
Harry Potter fans will know what I was trying to do there. But, they do, we were saying that had he been out of the game too long, maybe he had. Mr. Potter. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good, is it? I mean, I think it's funny, though, because I think the game's changing again, though, isn't it? The Arnie Slot era seems to be the way football's going now at the top level, and it's kind of like this Potter stuff is now like almost 2 or 3 years out of date. It's changing quick, isn't it?
Without a doubt. But I mean, as I said, the West Ham fans at the end of last season were questioning Harry Potter. So I'm going to call him that. But, he wasn't proving that magical. And, but again, you could argue that he came in, with a job to do and didn't have the best squad, etc., etc. But, like I say, thank God. Just very quickly, the subs there that you can see, I'll just bring them up. With subs, we've got Alves, Ricardo, Bekovic, Daka, Faze, Marchal, Nelson, Thomas, Winks. I'm looking at that, and I'm very, very quickly, before I let you go, I'm thinking, not a lot of experience.
No, not really, Chris, is it? No, I mean, it's going to be interesting because obviously I think Silko Thomas scored a wonderful goal in that pre-season, didn't he? But he's not really probably at this level. So that's the one that interests me. And I'm going to be intrigued to see who comes off the bench today, because I might even think Ricardo might come on in central mid today. I just got a funny feeling because it's less running about, isn't it? It's more in the centre. He could be the DM and it might save his legs. So I'm going to be intrigued to see what changes do happen and who he goes for out of this group.
It is. 2 games, 8 goals conceded. Is Potter under pressure? Asked the BBC. I think he very much is.
The best news? Because I was going to say the best news we've heard all day is what's going on in Nottingham Forest. That could cheer us up, because I tell you what, if they lose Nuno because their chairman's a lunatic and go for Mourinho, is that actually going to work? Their chairman's a nutter.
I haven't seen this.
Nuno's fallen out with him, basically, and he said it in the press conference. They're not really talking, and they might sack Nuno, and they might go for Mourinho. And I'm thinking, if you don't get on with Nuno, who's one of the nicest guys in football, handles himself really well, how are you going to manage Mourinho? He's going to go completely tipsy-topsy. Our
relationship has changed. Nuno on Forest owner says his relationship with the club's owner, Macaronis, has changed. Interesting, because I didn't rate Nuno. I mean, he did okay at Wolves. Fair play to him. Absolutely awful at Spurs.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he'd do well at Forest. But sometimes a manager comes along and just clicks with the team. And 100%. I think that's happened with Forest. And the reason I had them to go down last season was because of Nuno. I am eating humble pie as always, because I'm rubbish at predictions, and he is. So I can't. I mean, Mourinho again. I think his day's gone in this country.
I think so. He's not going to work with that owner, is he? Because he'll be, Mourinho's like they'll be like glue on, on Velcro or something. It's not going to work, is it? I mean, it's a crazy. Yeah. So we might be seeing Nottingham Forest go capsizing here, ladies and gentlemen. See you next year, lads, in the Championship, hopefully.
Well, interesting. Right, I'll let you go. I think we're about to kick off, sir, and I will see you at half time. Hopefully with 5-1. I can't believe that. Bloody hell.
I know. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully we can get a performance today. That's what I want to see. Fingers crossed. It's got to be better than last time. Please.
Yeah, it has. We will see. Take care, and I'll see you at half time, mate.
See you at half time. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Right, let me get into position. There we go. Jim, have you seen the caps? Hi, Gray. And look, I would not have loved Nuno at the time. Because, like I said, I didn't think he'd do very well at Forest. Fair play to him. I think Mariakis, whatever he's called, would be totally stupid to let him go. But look, we've seen about owners before, haven't we? Where they make a mess of it and change managers when it's not needed. But this is the watch along. Are you ready to go? I played the wrong jingle. Right, here we go. Panthers, Jim. I called them Panthers by mistake and I got really shouted down. So it's the logic in goal. Chowdhury, Kohli, Vestergaard and Thomas in the back four. Samori and Skip, God help us. Two defensive. Fatawu and Monga are the wingers. Page is in the middle and Ayew is up front. We've been asking to see the youngsters. You can give your prediction, Jay, and thank you very much for saying prediction. Therefore, we know it's not a spoiler. Although if we're 2-0 up at this time, I'd take it. I've gone 2-1, and I have to say that Tom went 2-0 to Charlton. I know. I have to say, I have picked the right shirt to wear. 5-1 last night. Unreal. And Hermanson was in goal. Wow. So is this the game that was? Is this the game we're going to turn it around? That's what I'm asking. Leicester 66% possession. We're top of possession. We're top of shots. And we're third with big chances. And fifth with XG. So despite the fact that we've won one, lost one, those two games, it looked good. I do like this strip. Absolutely love this strip. I hope so, Jay. Yeah, I agree with you, Paul. Once the match kicks off, by the way, no predictions, because then I said we don't want to get too confused. And no spoilers. Wait, whatever you are, whether you're in front of me, behind, wherever you are in time-wise, and you'll see that I'm going to put a timer up there so you can see where I am. If you do any spoilers, if I see you, I kick you out. That's it. You're done. If the mods see you, they will time you out, but you can come back in after a set time. I don't bother with that. I just kick you straight out. You don't ruin it for everybody. You wait for me to react to whatever's happening. So we're about to kick off. And Leicester are kicking off. So Leicester are kicking from left to right, as if we're at home. Charlton are kicking right to left, as I always say, otherwise it'll be a one-sided game. And please check out our match sponsors there, as you can see in the top corner just there. BetMate. It's gambling, but it's a lot safer. You're not gambling against the bookies. You're not giving any bookies your money at all. What you're betting is with your mates, with other football fans. And you could go in if you I can't get which way it's just there. If you scan that QR code, you go into a draw for a £500 cash pot. Well worth it. BetMate, in association with Leicester Till I Die. You must use that QR code, otherwise you don't go in the draw because it won't recognise you as coming from LTID. You're relying on me, Jay. Well, I may, mate. Is that how bad your life's got? But thank you very much. Thank you. Leicester, they're in this kit. That's the easiest way to describe it. They're in this kit. And Charlton are in their normal kit of red shirts, white shorts, and red socks. They got the blue shorts with this, because you have got kind of it is this sort of blue there, the back blue, and the socks as well. I loved it. My favourite ever Leicester shirt was the half and half. You know, when we had blue on one side and green on the other. I love that shirt. I got the hat to go out. I don't know if you can see the hat's there, second down on the right as you look at it, I think, or left, whichever way. I love that, and that's the same blues as that. I would have worn that hat today, but for Jim, in respect of Jim, we've got these on. So let's have a look then. 2 minutes gone. At least we've not conceded early yet. I hope that's not I hope I've not jinxed it. So it's upfield by Charlton. It's headed on, but it's going to be headed back to Stolarczyk very easily by Thomas. Very coolly done. So Stolarczyk has got the ball in his hands. I don't know whether he should do that in a football match. Have his balls in his hands. Jay, that would have been nice, mate. That would have been nice. Respect to you. So it's with the Charlton defence. Now on this left-hand side, their left, our close side, trying to pass upfield, and it's going straight out. So unbeaten in 17 games at Charlton. Oh, they're giving the ball away. With Leicester giving the ball away. Oh. We haven't got it clear. Oh, my God, it's ping-ponging in the box. That was awful. Who gave that ball away? It's crossed over back into the box. We haven't got it clear yet. Now it's onto the arms of Stolarczyk. A Coley caught in possession. That could have been a very bad start for us. We're playing it out from the back. We're playing ourselves into trouble. We lost it again. Oh, now Leicester can break. Ayew. It's got Fatu on the ball. He's getting to the byline. Oh, he pulls it back. Crosses over. Oh, he didn't quite get it through to the Leicester City player. Chowdhury. Said it clear, but it's back with Leicester. Samari. Thomas. Monga. Oh, it's into the box. Is that a corner? Yes, it's got to be a corner. This is better. Yeah, there's a lot of players coming back for Charlton. The Charlton player might be injured. Oh, his nose is bleeding. That's why. That was a really good move by Leicester. But that was an early scare there. You see, you go up against Monga. Ant, my young man, how the devil are you, sir? It has been ages. Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Please smash that likes, mate, guys. It's free of charge, doesn't commit you to anything at all, but all it does, the more likes we get, it improves our algorithms. We end up on people's home pages that wouldn't normally follow us. Marty just having a word with Thomas there, but I like that move then. I mean, it really was a good move forward. Don't know what the hold-up is, because if he's only got a nosebleed, then he should be doing that off the pitch. There's the Leicester bench. I do quite like that training kit as well. Now Marty's talking to Chowdhury, his captain. I keep looking at Chowdhury and I keep seeing him as like this 19, 20-year-old. I'm good, Ant. I'm good. I'd be better if Leicester were winning. Wouldn't we all be? Oh, he's finally gone off the pitch. That should have been done off the pitch anyway. So it is a corner to Leicester on the far side. Leicester kicking left to right, remember. I think it's Louis Page with the corner. Takes it short. Monga. Oh, it's chipped over. Oh! Coley, I don't know whether I don't think he was taken down because the referees ignored it. I think he just slipped there. Yeah, it was a good idea that. I say 3 against 2 in the corner. Skip. Sumare, Chowdhury on this right hand side. Page thought he was about to lose the ball, but he actually kept under control. 17 years old, Page. Salarchik just with the ball here. Few empty seats on the far side. The Fatawu on this near side. He's got two players on him straight away. Chowdhury gets the ball. Oh. Samare giving the ball away. Oh, good tackling between Okoli and Chowdhury, between the pair of them. But Okoli, Samare trying a short pass. Hi, Stefan. How you doing? Stefan in Sweden. It is Ant. Offside. And it's a free kick to Leicester. Yeah, and it's not been the promise that I think we had seen in the pre-season. But we always say pre-season, you shouldn't judge pre-season, but we did. No, you're right. I do not know why Skip and Sumare are starting every week under him. Now Charlton attacking on the far side, just inside the box, trying to get the crossover, but doesn't get it past the Leicester City defender. Thomas getting his foot in, and it's out for Charlton's first corner on the far side. So, holds the ball up in the air, which means send it to the Charlton players. There's a bit of pushing and shoving, as always, in the box. Again, Salarchik came and punched. And it's ended up, well, he got it out, Samari, but it's back with Charlton Athletic. Chipped into the box. Very easy, straight into the arms of Salarchik. I think Tom says it, and I think it's Tom that says it. Why don't we leave a player at corners? We had everybody back. If you leave a defender up in the centre circle, it takes two of their players out, because they can't just, well, they could maybe mark 1-1, but I'd have two, and that's two less people they've got in our box. Leicester. Oh, we gave it away again. It's a corner. This time Vestergaard giving it away. Are we taking it in turns to give the ball away? So it's a corner now to Leicester. Again, Leicester haven't got it clear. Somebody got a foot in there. Ayu doing his defensive duties. But yeah, it's not a corner. Just leave a player up. It's going to take at least one, if not two, of their attackers out or defenders out, and gives them less opportunity to get the ball in the box. So it's a long throw from the Charlton player. It's head tennis at the moment in the Leicester box. Yeah. You're right, Ant. Taru, less recognisable with his new haircut. And he goes all the way back. Chowdhury. Okoli is on the right of the back two centre backs. So we go from attack all the way back to Salarchik. I saw and back to Stolarczyk again. Oh, we are risking this a lot here. We're either very confident and very good or very foolish. You tell me which you think we are. Yeah, we got... and what the hell that was, I don't know, for Stolarczyk. All the way forward and straight out. We're not... well, true, Jim, true. Yeah. At the moment, there's a Leicester player down and a free kick. A Coley that's down. Yeah, I mean, everybody that was going 5-0, 6-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, I think, and we struggled past them, and then we've lost the next two. So everybody again that was saying we're going to get promoted even with a points deduction, blah, blah, blah. I think it's not going to happen. Oh, here we go. Welcome along to our Twitch wankers. Best viewers. Yeah, whatever, mate. Just ignore those because they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you, and they're not people that will come and follow you on Twitch won't be fans of what you do. They'll just be anybody, and bit by bit they'll just fall away. So you're wasting your money. So Kinder, I'm not going to say the rest of it. I think you're basically just a con artist, and I would avoid him at all costs. Everybody. If I do that, his comment goes. Just saying they're trying to force Leicester into making precise passes. Don't think Leicester could do a precise pass if they wanted to. So Charlton chip the ball up and over. It's going to go all the way over. Coley leaves it and it ends up in Stolarczyk's arms. I do like Charlton as a football team. Great. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Where has it gone? Oh, a through ball there now. I'm saying can Samari get on the end of it? Of course he can't. He can't run. Oh, no free kick. Fans are shouting for a free kick there off Chowdhury, but he got away with that one. Yeah, I think what we saw pre-season, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing a lot in this actual league. But anyway, upfield, Stolarczyk is it upfield. Leicester still keep control of the ball. Thomas, the hopeful ball over the top. Page with a good shot there in support. I think it was Ayu's shot actually. Let's have a look. I mean, that was a look. Thomas with a bit of with a hook up and over. Yeah, it was Ayu on his left foot, then on his right foot. It was well worth the shot through the player's legs. I mean, the goalkeeper had it covered. In fairness. Jordan Ayu's 11th shot of the campaign, yet to score. Yes, Stefan, we were talking about that. I'm sorry for Mads, because obviously, but we lose it, then they lose it, then we give it away. And it ends up back with their keeper. So Charlton down this left-hand side. Charlton are using this left more than the right, I'm going to say that. Oh, Thomas goes in early with the challenge. He went too early then, sliding in. And it was the ball easily went past him. Commentator saying he can't lose the challenge, but he does. I saw a post yesterday, quite unfairly, and it showed a picture of Danny Ward and a picture of Mads Hermansson, and it was saying, spot the difference. And then the answer was, there isn't any. And I thought that was a little bit harsh, but it did make me titter. He's not a Leicester player now, so we will take the Fatawu. Oh, that was unlucky. Fatawu's trying to get past the players down this right-hand side. But again, there's two on him. Of course, it's a 4-1-4-1 that Charlton are playing. So Chowdhury with the throw-in. So no long throw-in yet from Luke Thomas. Oh, ball into the box. Good ball. I just couldn't get onto the end of it. It's hoofed clear. Vestergaard half dealing with it, but still coming away. Chowdhury's beaten, but he's not the second time. And he gets the ball. And then Ayew, very cleverly as Ayew does, he went to receive the ball. He knew he'd got the player on him, went down, got the free kick. And they're not happy, the Charlton fans, because they feel that Chowdhury should have fouled against Chowdhury building up to that. But Ayew just stood there, and the player went into the back of him because he was running. Ayew stood there, went down, free kick. That's what Ayew is good at. When we bought Ayew, do you remember I interviewed a Palace fan? And he said he'll get you free kicks. He'll hold the ball up for you. That's what he is good at. Four shots for Charlton, one for Leicester. 2 on target for Charlton, none for Leicester. 8-3 when you're looking at touches in the opposition box. But they've not had. They've only had 32% possession. But as we know, when we won that thing there, we know. In fact, let me move that over. There we go. There you go. You can see it now. When we won that, we didn't have that much possession, did we? So we're literally halfway through the first half here. At the moment, just then, Charlton signed 9 players. Jealous, muchly. I don't know what it is. From my youth, when Charlton were a pretty decent team, and I always say, they are one of the examples of be careful what you wish for. The fans wanted Kirbishley out, and what was that? Now that's a free kick to Charlton. Fatawu was, naive. No, the commentator's quite right. I don't know what Fatawu was doing there. What he was doing was not needed. Cheers, Gray. How are you doing, by the way, Gray? Hope you are well. Giorgio, thank you very, very much for that. You're a gentleman, sir. So free kick comes in. Oh, Salarchi, it was a dangerous one. Salarchi came and claimed it well. Is that new ruling where you only got so many seconds? Page was getting involved there. It ends up back with Salarchi. Georgios 299. Thank you very much, sir. If you want to do what Georgios did, it is $1.99. $1.99 a month. Helps that you get a couple of benefits in there, but it does. Skip loses the ball in midfield, but it really does help the channel. It's £400 a year just to have this facility to do this. They are defending well here, Charlton. Oh, for Tarwu. Wow. It was a long effort, which you don't know. It causes problems. I mean, I've got to say, that's what you get with a long shot. He put it in. It was long. The defender headed it, and he did take it wide. I mean, the goalkeeper would have probably had it covered, but we got a corner. Sometimes you just get the header wrong, and it ends up in the net. It is a bargain, Wayne. So why haven't you done it? That'll teach you. Dougie, how you doing, mate? Didn't realise it was you. Can you ban them in Twitch? I didn't know you could ban them. Thank you, sir. I think you're going to be... Oh, hang on. Tarwu crosses it. Oh. Page had the shot, but it was too high. Doug, didn't recognise you then, mate. How you doing? Well, I hope, and I hope the family are good. You've got to be in Twitch to ban them, have you? To be honest with you, I haven't actually been on Twitch itself for months, years. So I don't even not even sure what my password is. But thank you, Doug. I'm good. So where's all the 199s then? Come on, guys. Now, turn on the ball by Page. Fatawu can't get it through the... Oh, no, it was a free kick. Tried to get it through the player's legs, couldn't. The Charlton player went down. It's a free kick. Now, I'm on it. Like I say, I just can't remember what my password is. The Leicester fans with the goalkeeper's chant. Chowdhury heads it clear, but it's only as far as the Charlton player. Don't know what. Oh, Factory came out of nowhere then. Oh, I'm actually. Interestingly, Doug, how do you? Yeah, indeed, Ant. Indeed, we've sung that a few times. How do you kick somebody out in Twitch? Follow me, Gray. Give me a follow on there as well. I can't copy the thing. I don't know if I can. There's a free kick. Oh, and it's wasted. So, yeah, I mean, I just don't know how to ban anybody. Don't know how to kick people out. But yeah, give us a follow on Twitch. There's the details there if you're on Twitch. I'm sure Gray will. He's a good man. 30 minutes gone, 0-0. Team on top. If you're going on possession, it's Leicester. But if you're going on everything else, it's Charlton Athletic. Oh, skied out there by the Charlton keeper. Chowdhury gets his head on it. Fatawu brings it down and gets the throw in. 2 players on Fatawu as still as. Oh. Fatawu took that a bit too quickly for Ayew. They just put a graphic up showing Leicester City's average positions. If I was a betting man, I'd put money on it. Yeah, they put a graphic up of Leicester's key positions, and there wasn't any players up there. It's a pigeon on the pitch. At least it's not a seagull. Oh, it's a free kick to Leicester. I think we got one there. I think we bought a free. Yeah, we're gonna have to learn. We're gonna get this a lot this season. We're gonna have to get used to taking our time in breaking teams down. And again, if you're an old bugger like me, remember Liverpool of the 70s, they just took the time. They'd pass the ball around. Oh, Fatawu giving the ball away. Charlton looking good. Oh! Luke Thomas doing a great defensive job there. I thought that was going to go in the goal. That was brilliantly done by Charlton. That was a lovely run and break by them and passing to the byline, got the ball across, and Thomas got his foot in there. Ace Ventura, you daft bugger. So, short corner. Gets it back. Gets the cross in, but no, it's out for another corner off Chowdhury. Yeah, great. And they didn't panic. They might not score until the 60th minute, but they kept doing what they're doing because they were trying to just wait for the opening and wear the teams down. And that's what we're going to have to do this season. We're going to have to sort of take our time and look for the openings. I'm guessing, therefore, there's a free kick to Leicester. A couple of our players went down in our own box. I don't know if are you still with us, Doug? I'm guessing that if I've made you a mod in here, that you're a mod in Twitch. Is that right? So Chowdhury down this right-hand side. Losing out, though. Loses the ball. How often have I said that this half? Oh, again, a good break by Charlton Athletic, this time down the middle and to the right, but it wasn't a very good cross. I don't think I can ban. Charlton coming away again. Every time I go back to the screen, it's a long shot! Oh, what a save! What a save! What a shot, I've got to say, in fairness. Oh, that was a superb strike. Oh, that was on target. That was on target. Stolarczyk did well to get a hand to that and force it over. Oh, it's another free kick to left. This time Stolarczyk has gone down. Yeah, I agree, Wayne. Again, this is worrying. Number 6, it was the shot from number 6 for Charlton. So great shot by him, but also a great save by Stolarczyk. Got to say that. Again, I'm going to have to say this. There's only one team that looks like... Oh, Stolarczyk is down injured. This is my fear, you see. If he goes off and Bekovic comes on, I'm okay for the game. But if he goes off and he's out for 3 or 4 or 5 months, I don't want him as our goalkeeper. We've got 50 likes. Doing well, thank you. Bit of a water break now while he gets a little bit of service. Well, they need to do better. They need to do a lot better. Now a Coley to Chowdhury. Back to a Coley. Oh, that was unlucky again. Good play from Charlton, but when he put the ball back across into the midfield, Samari on the run now. Let's just have a look. Samari's got space. He's got nobody with him, but he manages to find Monga. He's had a quiet game, taken out, free kick. Oh, it's a free kick to against Vestergaard there, I should say. So, Charlton coming forward. Leicester get it, kind of get it away, gets it back. It will go all the way back to the Charlton keeper. 4 minutes of this half left. Charlton, a bit too far on the cross. Will he keep it in? He did. In his attempt to go, it ends up a pass to another player. I thought he'd missed one player with his pass back. Did the Charlton guy, but he did well to keep that ball in. As far as I'm seeing this is all. Yeah, follow me on Twitch, mate, and I will add you. To be honest, it's a bit early for me, and you never thought you'd hear me say that, would you? But yeah, great. Follow me on Twitch, and I can add you as a moderator on there as well. And that's a long ball over the top, but it's going to go out, and Stolarczyk will let it go out. Should be a better time to be added on. There's been a couple of stoppages. One for the nosebleed to the Charlton player, one for Stolarczyk going down. But I'm going to have to say, as things stand at the moment, yeah, I'm not overly impressed with Leicester. Our XG, as things stand at the moment, is 0.09. Yeah, I don't think it will go up either. I don't think it'll be a bad thing, though. Yeah, obviously you got the cash. It's like, people say, well, skip, heading it back to one of their players. Oh. So Larchie came out and collected it. I don't understand Twitch. Leicester again, we can't get it past them. They're coming just back at us all the time, Charlton. Right, so we've got 4 minutes of injury time. I can't do that anymore in injury time because it's not called that. Big Nige. Bringing back as director of football, certainly not as manager. So Cifuentes talking with Mr. Calm. I don't know how calm he's going to be. Oh, now Fatuu's down. And a Charlton player as well. Oh, that was bad. That was bad for Fatu. Landed the base of his back there. I tell you what, I'm not enjoying this game at all. I'm really not. Gray, I can't find you on Twitch at the moment. Fatu and the Charlton guy, he's a big guy. Having a bit of a chat there. There'll be added time onto the added time. My question here is, and I will ask this of Tom as well, two defensive midfielders that we've got on, are they doing a very good job? Let's be honest with Gray, though. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, do we? Look, McAteer rumour came out Thursday. That was when the rumours surfaced. On Friday, it was a done deal because it was going on behind the scenes. There are a lot of things maybe that we don't know that are going on behind the scenes. Bench is a little bit worrying today. We've got players out. Like I say, this season, I think we've just got to go... Maybe not, I mean, it's early, but maybe write this season off. This is a transition season. The youngsters are coming through. They've got to get bedded in. It's a long season. Thomas with a ball all the way in, but it's going out for a goal kick. Exactly. They're not doing it at all, those two defensive midfielders, for me. And there it is, half-time. We'll be back in a few minutes with Tom, and we'll be talking about the game, obviously, that first half. Impressed, not impressed? Join us in a few minutes.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
What a load of bollocks, mate.
Yeah, it's been really uninspiring again, Chris, hasn't it? It's been lots of possession, but all the shots of Charlton, we're just so limp, especially in the middle of the pitch and especially at left back where they keep getting around us all the time at the moment. They're finding space, and there's only one team that's looking like they're going to win this, Chris, and it's not Leicester right now, is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. We're giving the ball away way too easily. There seems to be players that are. Sorry, I'm laughing because you're that close to the camera. I keep expecting you to come through it. A la ring,
Ring.
you know.
Yeah, like the ring. Yeah, Samara. Yeah.
I just. We've had to make changes. We're losing players. I just think we've got to accept this season, and it's a hard thing to say, but just accept that this season we're probably not going to do anything. But we've got to plan ahead for next season.
Yeah, I think that's possibly it, mate. We've got to try and build a new foundation, haven't we? The problem we've got is once again, it's Skip and, players like that who are apparently the longer-term foundation we could be stuck with. And once again, he's not had a great game, has he? He's been so limp in the middle, mate, just pushed off the ball far too easily all the time. And you just think, if this is the base of what we got, it's a really uninspiring future, mate. It really is quite concerning. We only really look like we can score from corners, and that's the only improvement we seem to have made with these short corners. Outside of that, we just don't look like we've got an ability to take a long shot. We haven't got confidence either, Chris. And when you haven't got confidence, you don't want the football. We haven't been able to find Monger enough in this game. He's been completely ineffective. We haven't found him. And I'm just thinking, well, what are we doing, lads? I mean, it's just so. I mean, the word Dorco put in the chat was right. Turgid. It's turgid. And Charlton are certainly not turgid. They're at least bringing energy to what they do.
But they've not got the problems that we've got. They've got 9 new players in. They've probably sold players. I mean, just showing that shot and save again. But I just think this is what we've got to get used to this season. I know it's not good, but like I say, in a way, this is kind of like our pre-season. But where has all that attacking play gone that we saw pre-season? We've got to accept that it was pre-season. Players that didn't want to get injured.
Yeah.
Against the other team that didn't want to get injured. And, it's not like we were playing like Coventry or Nottingham Forest in pre-season. Tell me, because look, I'm looking at that team, and I agree, Monger's not involved. Fatawu again is trying to do too much for me. I wish he'd sort of just keep it simple sometimes, but. The idea of having 2 defensive midfielders, and you probably know where I'm going to go with this, but the problem that you have 2 defensive midfielders is that they defend, that they sort of guard the back 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen, I've seen walls with half the bricks missing that could give more protection than that. They're just not anywhere to be seen, are they?
No, they're not, Chris, and that's really worry you. Who else can we put in there now? This is kind of our hand we got to play. We've got a really bad poker hand in. We've got to try and play the best we can with it, but our 2 defensive midfielders are softer than a chocolate fireguard, and everyone just walks or just passes through them, and that's where other players are making mistakes. I mean, Luke Thomas obviously has been told to come inside and try and contribute in the middle, but they're getting down that side every time, Chris, every time. He's not getting back quick enough, and they're just getting around him. He's having a really bad game for me today because he's not. At least Hamza is managing to get back and try and do something, but we also lack that dynamicness in the forward play as well. So it's not even the defensive stuff, Chris. The forward play lacks dynamicism. There's no one making a run in inside. It's all very static. It's all very. How many times have we gone down one side and we end up going back to the goalkeeper in this game?
Oh yeah, we have. I'm going to have to say, I actually disagree with you there. I think Thomas hasn't been awful. He is probably being asked to do too much, but when it comes to actual goal-stopping interceptions, he's the one that's been making them.
Yeah, well, that is true, Chris. I mean, I'll give him that. I mean, the only reason I keep picking up on him is because it seems to be that's where the ball's coming in from every time, and every time there's something dangerous happening, that's where it's coming from. But the other thing as well I will say about I've lost my train of thought there. Going forward is the formations. I was going to say, we're going to play a lot of teams playing this formation this year. I don't think this tactic's going to have any weight against these teams, Chris. We've seen it now against Preston. We've seen it now against, Sheffield Wednesday and this lot. And it's not going to be effective. There must be a better plan B we're going to have to generate here from somewhere.
Let me throw something at you then. This was something I said during the watch-along. The whole thing's built on a good defence. So they've got to get the defence right. Because if you're not conceding goals, you're not going to lose the game, right? You might get a draw, you might get a win. And I took it back, and Gray remembers this as well, to Liverpool in the 70s and early 80s, when they were the dominant force. They weren't necessarily scoring 6-7 goals every week. What they were doing, though, was winning games every week. And teams would come out against them, because they were the sort of, the Man City of the day, and the defensive. And what you'd get with Liverpool is an attempt to break down, but they were patient. It didn't necessarily come straight away. It might not come until the 65th, 70th minute, but they waited. They were patient. They didn't panic. We're only halfway through this game, and if you look at the stats, it's a little bit scary, but it is a work in progress. We have to accept that. We are losing, you could put McAteer, you could take, put McAteer on there and maybe move Monger in the middle or something. There's options that we haven't now got. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got Indy in there. So, but at the end of the day, we're still going to have a club at the end of the season. We're not going to be at the point where the EFL come and say we're docking you 12 points and we're then as good as relegated. So we have to accept that. And I honestly think, take a leaf out of the Liverpool book. They were like we were, all possession, but just couldn't do anything because they were getting behind the ball, the opposition. Fatawu and Monga, every time they get the ball, 2 players on them.
Yeah, exactly. What I was saying about formations.
Yeah, but it's good, and we have to be patient, and we're going to come up against this week after week after week, and no doubt when we face Birmingham, we're going to get absolutely probably battered. But we have to take that in our stride. And like I said, it's not going to be the season that everybody was saying where we go out and beat teams like Sheffield Wednesday 5-0, 6-0. It's not where we're going to a season where we're going to say, well, we're going to get 9 points, but we're still going to finish in the top 2. We have to take it as reality. I want to, because that's my little get off my soapbox now.
Good. I was going to quickly say, Florentino obviously played a 4-2-3-1, didn't they? They're the only team we've played who played 4-2-3-1. We played best against that. So matching up with that, Chris, you probably got a point. We probably actually would do better as well. But we're not playing teams like that.
No. Charlton today's 4-1-4-1.
Yeah, exactly.
But like I say, we have to be patient. We've got to get out this mindset. And I've only made a couple of notes. Coley lost ball. Playing ball out of the back, lost again. We've got a 17-year-old in that attacking midfielder role. It's a team in transition. And we are losing the top end of our players. You could argue maybe not, the best, but we are losing some top players, indeed, McAteer, and we're not replacing them at the moment, but we'll still have a club at the end of the season. Hopefully we'll still be the division at the end of the season.
That's what worries me.
Well, but if we don't, let's say, we'll still have a team, even if it's in the third tier.
Remember last time we got relegated from the Championship, we couldn't score goals. We could defend all right, but we couldn't score goals. Feel familiar?
Yes. And then the season after, we came straight back up. I think we only lost 3 games all season. Of very few.
Nigel Pearson did that, mate.
Nigel Pearson, yeah, I was waiting for that. Getting back as director of football, like I say.
100%.
But I think honestly, let's not be as impatient as we're being. Yes, that first half was shit. Our XG in that half was 0.09. It was embarrassing. But we're still in this game. Hull are 1-0 down at home to Blackburn. Swansea are 1-0 down at home to Watford. We've got through this half and not conceded. And looking at their stats, they've had 6 shots to our 3 on target. We haven't had any. 12 touches in our box to our 7, but we've had 60% possession. And we know that means nothing. Their goalkeeper's not had a save to make yet, but we're still in it.
We are. This is true. We can still smash and grab it. And ultimately, Chris, 3 points right now is 3 points in this learning curve, isn't it? But it is such a worry. And Wayne keeps bringing it up, and he's bang on it. That central midfield too that we've been going on about for ages now. Marty, please stop playing them. I know we've got to find some other players from somewhere, but we can't. We're going to get walked over in the middle all throughout every game this year. Birmingham will murder us next week. He puts those 2 out.
Is that Sumari and Skip, is it?
Yeah, Sumari and Skip. Yeah, 100%. Nowhere near the team, mate. Get them out.
I want them gone. Look.
I want to put FaZe in there. I'm that desperate. Midfield. I do. I want to put FaZe in midfield and give him a go as a DM, mate, because I think he's better forward facing and he actually will offer more than those 2. And he's actually got a bit of physicality to him.
Can't argue, mate. I literally can't argue with that. I would have had him start. It's very quickly coming out, but very, very quickly. What a bloody save, Stolarczyk.
Thank God for that. Imagine how bad it would have been, mate, if a guy called Coventry had scored against us to make our matters even bloody worse. So, well done to him. Great save. But I'd like to see some of our players have a shot from distance if we can't play through, lads. Get some balls, get some shots. Come on.
Just went wide.
Oh, it was a terrible shot. But yeah, anyway, better, mate. Hopefully, second half.
I'll see you at full time, mate. Take care, buddy.
Mate.
Thanks so much.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. So there we go. Here we go. Ready to start again. We're still in it. And like I say, we've got to accept what we are. We're not prime time Barcelona. But there's no changes as far as I can see at half time. Yeah, for the first time in his 4 matches in charge, Cifuentes has not made a half-time sub. Oh, happy birthday, Nigel. It was his birthday yesterday. But look, just with what I've said there, first time in 4 games. He's only been in charge. This is only his 4th game with us. That's a pre-season for a lot of people, isn't it? There's a corner straight away for Hamza Chowdhury doing his job in the defence there. I have to say, Gray, I still can't find you. It isn't over, Prashant. You're quite right. Second corner. Oh! What a save again! I thought that had gone in. The cheer went up from the crowd. The corner came into this far post. Fatawu was just stood there. Another good save from Stolarczyk. Wow. What the hell was he doing? Send me a link through, Tom. Sorry, Gray. Send me a link because I can't find you. So, Sumare. It's down to Fatawu on the far side. Oh! Fatawu doing what Fatawu does best. What a goal! What was I saying? You've just got to wait. You've got to be patient. And there proves the point. Solacic stays at one end. The ball goes up the other way. Sumare out to Fatawu on the right side. He cuts inside. What he does well when he gets those right. He gets those right. 1-0. What a shot. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh yes.
Go! Back of the net.
Wow. They just said on the Leicester Mercury hit goal out of this world from Fatawu. What? I think you've got to say, yes, it was. Yes, it bloody well was. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's just added a couple of million on his price tag. Whoa. Oh, I'm just going to update the score. Bear with me. There we go. 1-0. Samari was very much involved there. Fair play to him. Oh, I mean, come on. Up there for goal of the season. I'm sure we're going to see a few more of those as we go through the season, but wow. Wow, just wow. Oh. Oh. So Logic having to sort of, for Macaulay, we might have, let's hope that he's not holding a bit of a, he had to stretch to get to that ball. To save it going out for a corner. It wasn't the best back pass from Macaulay. He's holding his leg, but I think he's all right. No, is he still holding it? I think he's all right. So can we get a second and kill this game off? Now, obviously, Charlton are going to have to come forward now. Oh! Ball went through over the top of the Leicester defence to the far side. They took a shot. Chowdhury stood firm and it bounced off Chowdhury. Well done to Chowdhury there. Wow. Oh, Good move again by Charlton. They're not going down without a fight. I'm going to say that. Chowdhury doing his job. Good defending there. Oh, free kick. Calm down, Samare. There's Ayu's trying to calm things down. There's a yellow card for Samari it was clear to go. He was a little bit frustrated. I thought it was a good job that somebody got in his way. That's the most angry I've ever seen him. And Ayu gets a booking. I think that was a bit unfair because I think all Ayu was doing was trying to split things up. I think Ayu a bit hard done by there. Oh, Daka is getting kitted up here. Maybe we are going for it. I'll look for you after the end of the game. I just cannot find you, Gray. Probably might be if you can send me a message and I can click on you that way. I don't know whether lowercase or uppercases make much difference. Ooh! Oh, good defending there. The Charlton player was thinking, please don't take him down and give away a penalty. Say one word. All right, this is what I'm going to say. Leicestershire Live have used this word. Give me one word to describe that goal. You can't use this one, or you can't use one that's already been put up. Stunner is what Leicestershire Live are saying. Oh, and a long shot again, but somebody got the boot in the way for Leicester. Oh, Campbell eventually gets it across, but it's going to open the door. Leicester now doing what Charlton were doing, which was getting defenders back. Andy King with Patson Daka. Oh, Page on this left-hand side. Can he get the ball across? He can. Oh, and it's booted out. First time we really see Page have a run at the defence. But nice to see it. Who do you reckon's coming off for Worldly? Yes. Monumental. Yes. Oh, cheers, Gray. Is the substitution going to be made before this corner? Not sure it is. Luke Thomas, number 33, be left-footed on the far side. Remember, Leicester now kicking from right to left in this second half. Corner comes in. It's not a bad corner. But there's somebody fouled a Charlton player in the box. First time we've led a game this season. Also, its page is off. Wow. In fairness, it's had a very quiet game. So, it's a beautiful ball from Charlton. Straight through the defence, but Leicester City getting numbers back. Now, ends up with Vestergaard. Oh, what's going on here? Daka pulled down already. Gets a free kick. So he's really gone attacking here. Oh, that was yes. I would have given her a yellow card for that. Might have given her a red one. Yeah, you go for it, Gray. Still no sponsor. Are we going to go the whole season without a sponsor, I wonder? Coley getting that back pass. It was quite a high back pass. Took it on his chest. Ends up back at him now. Oh, I hate it when we play, even though the opposition plays behind. Oh, Monga finally getting into the game, maybe, but no, the final pass wasn't brilliant. Chowdhury! Oh my God! Chowdhury was so good there. I thought he was going to play the ball back towards Stelarczyk. He didn't. He stood on it, turned it round. I mean, it did end up back with Stelarczyk, but what a bit of movement. We want two. We want two. We want two. In the Navy. Coley putting it out for throw-in down this near side. 3/4 of the way towards the byline. I've not even looked at any Premier League scores, to be honest with you, mate. I have to say, I am surprised. Wow. Yes, wow. 2-0 to Spurs. Oh, good defender's header there. And it owns it with the Leicester. That is good play. We've certainly come back into this game. What did Manchester City do last week? Oh, they beat Wolves 4-0. Maybe this is just a blip. Our XG has gone up to 0.12. Another throw in for Leicester. Equal with the on the near side, equal with the penalty box line. 18-yard box. Luke Thomas, long throw. Ayew. I say Ayu, they say Ayu. That's all right, Grey Ants. That was he didn't. That was a Man City. We didn't give the score, so it didn't particularly matter because it's a different league. Daka finds Fatawu, who got the ball off. He does the overlap run. Will Fatawu use him? No, he's into the box now, Daka. Fatawu, look, he's got help. He uses him finally. Sumare into the box to Ayu. He can't get the ball across, and it's a corner. So in the other games, wow! Watford are still 1-0 up away at Swansea City. It's now Hull City 0, Blackburn Rovers 3. Good corner came in. Vestergaard got it, but it's kid out for a throw in. Again, now on the near side, but again, level with their 18-yard box. Hull City 0, Blackburn Rovers 3. Blackburn Rovers up to 13th with that. Hull were one place above them in 12th. This takes Leicester up to 4th. Obviously, everybody else has still got to play. Come on, indeed. We need a second. There'll be a long throw from Thomas. Into the box. Headed clear. But Sumare takes it down. Chowdhury. Taru. Somehow managed. Well, he lost the ball, but it bounced back to him off the Charlton player. I mean, a fair old battle, them two over there. He's a big bugger, the Charlton player. But now we lose it. And Charlton are coming forward. Chowdhury's looking at the player over his shoulder, but it comes down Charlton's right, our left. Oh. Thomas tried to stop him. Stolarczyk had to do the keeping. It's out for a corner. Stefan, it was Fatawu, and you missed a goal. Guys, don't forget, if you like to have a bit of a gamble, and it isn't the answer for everything, obviously, bet with your mates rather than the bookies. Scan that QR code, and you go in for a £500 cash pot prize draw. Free entry if you scan. If you don't scan that and you just join it by going direct to the website, you ain't going to go into the draw. Oh, what's happened here? The ball wasn't settled. I don't think it's in the roll of the ball if it was rolling. You know, the ball was rolling. It has to be retaken. Oh! Coventry there with a... How the hell? So it's a good corner. This time it was long. Headed back in. Stolarczyk went for it and missed it. Yeah, headed back over. Stolarczyk was nowhere. It hit Coventry and went behind for a goal kick. Oh. Jones got the book in there. Daka, he did enough to go. He went down, which was probably the right thing to do. Let's have a look. Well, whether he pulled him back or not, I couldn't see from that angle, but he was definitely had his hands over his back. Daka did the right thing because he hadn't got control of the ball and went down. So you've now got their right, one of their defenders in the book. Charlton have got substitutes coming on. No more sign of any Leicester substitutes at the moment. Luke Thomas with the ball into the box. Oh, Vestergaard this time. He was falling over as he took the shot. Couldn't really get any control. It was a good free kick from Luke Thomas. It fell to Vestergaard. It was on the floor. Remember last time that happened? He put his foot out and then he went in. This time, he couldn't quite get the swing on it. Oh, Charlton though. Oh, good defending this time by Chowdhury on the left hand side. Going up to the 20-minute left mark. Yeah, I know, Carl. Hi, Carl. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. $11 corners to Charlton, 4 to Leicester. That shows the way that the attacking things are going. Oh, Coventry again. Maybe we should sign Coventry. Coventry playing for Leicester. But he had another header there, but it was very, very high, to be honest with you, for a header. Row double Z, I think, were more likely to catch that. It is now, Wayne. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't quite as exciting as this. Yeah, they're just saying Coventry could have had a hat-trick today if it was better than that. $61 of you in. Thank you very, very much for joining us. Oh, I feel my feet going like that when they get forward, and we haven't got it away yet. Oh, Vestergaard said that's mine, and he just booted it upfield. If you haven't liked yet, please do. It's free and it does help the channel. 67 in now, please. Well, Charlton haven't lost at home. Oh, bit of an air kick there from the Coventry strike. He got me at it now. From the, my God, their goalkeeper, the Charlton keeper, has come right out to get that. Charlton haven't lost since December at home, and a free kick to Leicester. Coley goes down sensibly. So we're into the last 19 minutes of the game. Plus, obviously, no doubt there'll be some stoppage. Mind you, in fairness, Stefan, how many years is it since we played them? Biting his nails is Nathan Jones. Whether that's nerves or not, I don't know. Mind you, at least he's not sticking his fingers down his arse and smelling them. Vestergaard again with just a long boot upfield. This has fallen well for Leicester, though. There's two. Hang on, we've got 2 balls on the pitch. What's going on? Substitutions coming up for Leicester. It's like there's going to be a couple. 3? No, 2. Winks is coming on. Winks and Silko Thomas is on. Monga is coming off. Not had his best game. Maybe he is at the moment better to be used as an impact sub. And Skip is off for Winks. I have to say, and again, make a note of this. I think Samara is having the better game. I would agree with both of those. And in fact, I'd agree with all the subs. It's 3 good substitutes. The Charlton player is playing on his iPad. He is playing on an iPad. I know he's reading notes. But he looks like hang on, I can't come on. I just need to get this next level at Candy Crush. And it goes back to Stolarczyk. McCauley upfield. So Leicester throw in. I think we'll be seeing some Charlton substitutions soon. I think there have been 3 very good substitutions. There's 2, and he's still biting his finger. He'll have no bloody fingernails left. Now he's pulling his dick. Are you? Oh. The throw in. Will Thomas come over and take this? I don't know. Chowdhury's walking over to it. Nope, Thomas isn't running over. But they're going to make the substitutions now. There's no announcement for the Leicester players, but they're getting an announcement for the Coventry players. Coventry, for fuck's sake, Charlton, because they've got a player called Coventry. Wayne. I do wonder sometimes where Wayne's head goes to. Nibs and Kerry are on. Kelman and Apter. Sorry, Kerry and Apter off. Nibs and Kelman are on. Well, finally, his Nibs is playing. Hey, come on. I'm here all week. Thank you very much. So let's have it on the far side after the throw in. Oh, Fatawu. It's a. Thought it was a corner, but it might have come back off him. It was a lovely bit of work, having a laugh with the linesman. Said, come on, Mr. Linesman. Wow. Fatawu's first goal since a hat-trick against Southampton. So Thomas can get that was out. Let's throw into Leicester. Ball all the way across from one left from the left back to the right back. Chowdhury just turns with the ball, gives it back to Akoli, passes it back to Stolarczyk. Leicester, give us a goal. Leicester, give us a goal. That's a Leicester throw in, surely. Making hard work of this bit. Yeah, not a good pass from Sumare. Oh! What happened there? We blew the whistle. Free kick to, maybe it was offside. Free kick to Charlton. 78 minutes gone. Charlton 0, Leicester City 1. Hull 0, Blackburn 3, Swansea 0, Watford 1. So into Charlton on this near side, almost equal with the 18-yard box. A good throw. Oh, good throw. It was met by a Charlton head, but it was straight down the throat to Stelarczyk. So it was a good long throw again, Thomas-esque. And I think the guy that headed it for Charlton wasn't expecting it because the guy jumped up in front of him. And now a free kick to Leicester. This has got the Charlton fans complaining. Playing it around the back again. Stelarczyk, though, boots it upfield. Met by a Charlton player. Head tennis. Leicester, though, can take advantage. That was a good hook out. And it was Daka who played it back to Ayew, who's now found Fatua on that far side. But again, can't go round his player. A Coley there. Just stood his ground, got the ball. It's Chowdhury. Good ball to Winks. Winks has got a player on him. Holds on to the ball, though. Turns on it. Wasn't it? Wow. Oh, no. No foul on Winks there. Now Charlton can break away. Down this right-hand side. Nobody picking up the runner. Oh! I have to say, some player there. Oh! A Coley. Look at a Coley going like that because he made the save. That going back, I'm not sure who it was watching the ball go out. It didn't go out and he just lost it. A Coley there stopped an almost certain goal. I don't know who it was, but it was just boot it into the crowd. He was trying to let it go out. And he had the Charlton player behind him. Anyway, here comes the corner. Left hand goes up for Charlton. It's on the far side. Ball comes in. No. The header had gone in, but the whistle had gone. Ha-ha. Boos from the Charlton fans. Oh, well, referees had a good game. About phase coming on now. So Chowdhury's coming on. Sorry, Chowdhury's coming off. Sorry. Rotaro is off. He's hobbling a little bit. Just trying to see who else has gone off. Fatawu for FaZe and Chowdhury for Ricardo. Chowdhury is injured. Yep, so we've got a back five, ladies and gentlemen. No, great, I like FaZe. I would have had him starting today. Samari trying to get Daka going and he couldn't, but it wasn't a foul. We're looking... I don't know what you're saying there, Wayne. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Ricardo took the armband off Chowdhury. I hope Chowdhury's okay. He's gone off, it says here, with an injury. But it was Fatawu that was hobbling. I hope he's not injured. Five minutes. We're into the last 5 minutes, plus, of course, any stoppage time. Two more substitutes now for Charlton. We've got five at the back, three up front. So I'm guessing we're into a 5-3-2. Wow. Yeah, still Archie's been told to speed it up by the referee. Hi, Melanie. How are you doing? So says my man. I don't think you get a lot of disagreements. Oh, that should have been a foul there. Ayer was holding three players off. There's been a lot of substitutions in this game. Yeah, Melanie, I am good. Thank you very much, Lee. Silko Thomas now. Oh. To be honest with you, he had the shot. The fans shouting for handball there. Even Silko Thomas wasn't asking for that. Charlton down this near side, a back heel. They keep control of it. Now the ball goes into the box. Oh. Boot it out this time. Yes, Ricardo. There's none of the Ricardo waiting for the ball to go out, but Daka there just standing, waiting for the ball to come to him, and he got pinched off him. It's a corner. Jones and a Coley clashing heads. Coley, yeah, did very, very well there. Yeah, we're going to find out any minute now how much time we've got to hold on for. Another substitution for Charlton. So the corner comes in from the far side. It's a high one. Oh, it was over! Oh my God, that was close. Oh, goodness me. It was a good header. Nobody was picking him up. 6 minutes. Whoa. I think most of that, in fairness, has got to come from the substitutions. Oh, I hate this. 80 in, please smash the likes, and if you're new, please do subscribe to the channel. It is very much appreciated, and if you fancy doing it for just $1.99 a month, you can become a member, as Giorgio299 did earlier on. It's only $1.99 a month. But thank you, Giorgio. No time for... Oh. Who gives away a free kick? Who got played there? The Leicester fans that are making the noise now. I can't believe we're going a free kick away there. So it's a free kick to Leicester. Take your time, Leicester. This is not the time for a quick free kick. So Larchik coming forward to take it. Take your time, lads. Make it. Just kick it up to the far end. Oh, no offside. Oh, thank God. We love you, Mr. Linesman. It was a lovely ball for Charlton, in fairness, and they played very well. Said they've come up by the playoffs. Got to give Charlton credit here. It was a lovely long ball down. He ran from nowhere, and the reason he got to the ball was because he was offside. Solarchik there gets man of the match from Sky. He is Leicester City's number one. What is all this he was saying earlier about he's still fighting for his place? Bekovic is not fighting to be number one. What are we on now? 3 minutes. Come on, Leicester. Winks. Don't fight about with it, Winks. He plays it back. It's booted upfield. Straight to a Charlton player. No Leicester player there. Charlton are coming back again. They're really, really going for it at Charlton. Oh. Now Ayer's got the ball. Run it into the corner, Jordan. Didn't get the free kick. He went down. Winks now. Nice play from Winks. Oh, very nice play from Winks. Oh, Daka doesn't quite. Honestly, he found Daka very, very well. Oh. He played it to Daka. Oh, no, that's to get a free kick. Yes. Harry Winks knows what he's doing. A puff of the cheeks from Luke Thomas. That just said there, it was Silko Thomas on the far side, completely open. Daka got to it, but he's got players round him. Into the last minute. Oh. Winks. Oh, he got the cross in again. It wasn't a foul, which he was hoping for. It's back to Faze. Is it all the way over? It was closed down well, but it's a lovely ball by Faze across to the far side. And Leicester come away with the ball. Vieira there doing well. Oh, Thomas can't quite get the ball over. There it is! There it is! We get a win. It was a moment of individual brilliance. But that was what made it for us. Oh.
Yes! 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 Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
Explain that to the missus. We'll be back in a few minutes. I need to go and water the plant and get a drink. Do not go away. We've got a lot to talk about.
have what she's having.
Oh, somebody went. Somebody's back in. I thought, there he is. There he is. Pretty in pink. Guys, I apologise if any partners are listening, especially your granddaughter. Jim, look, we are I want to say Panthers, but I know
Don't say Panthers.
Definitely don't say Panthers, Chris. You'll fall out with me, especially for Florida.
Is there a team that are Panthers?
They're in the NFL, believe it or not, the Carolina Panthers, and they are the first regular season opponent of our Jacksonville Jaguars. We play them in 2 weeks.
Wow. Well, I thought I'd got it in my head from somewhere. I remember, in the year when we were doing well in the league, there was a thing there. Every Premier League team had an American football team that was sort of like, a lent to us, if you like, that we aligned with. And I can't remember who it was. I'd love it to be the Jaguar. Let me say this in the American way. Jaguars.
Any way you want. Just keep wearing that hat.
Yeah, we've all got it on. And I got the sunglasses as well there, looking sunny Florida.
That was for Wayne.
Oh, Wayne's got his sunglasses on in overcast Leicester.
The sun's always shining in Leicester, Chris. You know that.
Well, I do bend over as much as I can.
Especially today, it's shining.
It is, indeed, it is. I'm going to say, just very quickly before we get to the game, Wayne always went mad at me as to why every time I did a cartoon picture of him, he said, I don't wear glasses. But the one picture he sent me, he was wearing sunglasses. Probably those very same glasses, if truth be known. Right, let me just do it this way, and then we can... I'll come to Tom first. Smash and grab?
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, I mean, ultimately a bit of individual quality on the day got us through it. But my word, we got some work to do still, lads, because if that's the final product, and look, it is this pre-season, like we were saying, if that's the final product, we're going to be near the bottom of the table and we will be the top, obviously. But yeah, no, it's just a relief to get the 3 points because that is the most important thing right now for me. But a lot of things we still got to improve on in that performance level, guys, I feel.
But Tom, I want to jump in. We will improve. This is our third league match.
Yeah.
To listen to you and Chris, especially Chris at halftime, the world was coming to an end. This team had packed up. No. Ask Wayne. It was the season's over. I heard Tom say one time, I love you, Tom, but you said we were going to be relegated. And I said, the game hadn't even begun yet. We will be fine. It's only the third match.
I'm going to come back at you now, Jim. I love you, but you are wrong. What I was saying at half time was that we have got to have a season where we're probably going to write the season off as in promotion. We have got to sell. We've sold £40 million worth of players and spent nothing. No other team in the Championship has done that. Is that promotion challenging planning? No, it's not. But I tell you what it is PSR avoidance planning. And that's what it's all about. Because if we get hit by a huge, say, 12-point deduction, then we could possibly see ourselves relegated. That's a hell of a lot to get back.
Fair enough.
But we have to take that this is his fourth game in charge, Marty. And it'd be very easy. And yes, we're going to have a go at some of the players. Of course we are. That's what we're here for. But at the end of the day, this is his fourth game. Now, the Charlton manager, he had that in pre-season. The only team that has been worse was Sheffield Wednesday. And that's only because they didn't play any games. But, so he had won the Fiorentina game to sort of like. So it's only his fourth proper game. So kind of it's expected with all the turmoil that's going on. But what we've got to do is, and yes, I do think we might have to write this season off. We've got to accept. And everybody that was at the start of the season, we're going to win every game 5 or 6-0. Oh yeah, we're gonna finish second even with the points deduction. No, we went 14 games under Enzo before we dropped 3 points if we lost our first game. We've done that already. It's out the way. We don't have to. That albatross isn't around our neck anymore. But I tell you, it's going to be a lot harder this time. I think it's those who were saying that at the start are going to have a reality check. So no, I'm not saying that we're going to get relegated unless, like I say, we get really, really hit with a stupid. But what we're doing is we're saying to the EFL, look, we're doing what you want us to do. Mm-hmm. We've sold 2 first team. We've sold Madsen Manson. We've sold Casey McAteer. On their day, both first team starters. Let's throw Ndidi in there as well. You've got 3 first team starters, 3 pretty decent players. Nobody can do that and then still perform as well as you would expect when you play, 3 decent players. But we can go to them and say, look, this is what we're doing. You've told us we've got to do this. You can't say we're not doing that. Be fair to us. So I honestly don't. I mean, I'm sorry if that's how it came over, but I wasn't trying to be negative. I was actually saying we're going to have to look at this is how it's going to be all season.
Absolutely.
And like I say, remember Liverpool. You in fairness, Jim, you probably won't. Wayne possibly will because he's an older bugger. But Liverpool, when they were dominating, teams used to come and what you'd call with Jose Mourinho, park the bus. And they had to be patient. And it was either a moment of brilliance or they finally wore the opposition down. One or the other, but they did not panic. I tell you what, everything about that game, I won't say it's the best performance, but I will give Marty 10 out of 10 here. He got the substitute spot on at the right time. Sorry, just had to say that. Anyway, I'll know.
Do you feel better for getting that 5-minute rant off your chest, Chris?
I do. I feel a lot better. I feel awful that it was at gym, but no. I told
Wayne. I said I'm going to wind him up to start. So you did good. You did good.
And actually, to be fair to Jim, I really appreciate the optimism because I think that's what you always bring, mate. And I think we do need that to balance ourselves out on occasion. Ian, the Super Fox, has just said there in the chat as well, give you lads support. And that is a good point as well. Absolutely. Look, ultimately today, 3 points. Well done, lads. A little pat on the back. But get on that training pitch next week and let's keep improving, right?
Right. And I think we've got a lot to learn. Don't get me wrong. Optimism was there. I wasn't giving up. I was looking at it. It was early in the season. And Marty has a lot he still can coach up. He's got a young squad. These young players getting playing time. I was so happy to see them start and the mix of players that he had and give him the experience. And like we talked before, Tom, just coach him up. Coach him up. Now he has things. He has film on him. He's seen them. He can coach him up. We are going to be taxed. You're right. And veterans like IU and Ricky and some of these others need to step up and to help them through it. It's going to be a long season, Chris. You're absolutely right. But I think that if we can avoid the PSR, he can right the ship with these young players. And they're talented. You've seen them. Yeah.
Wayne, we're going to get hit by PSR. We know we are. We're hoping that what we're doing now is going to negate it. We might only get maybe 3-6 points, something like that. So, like I say, this is going to be the story of our season. And we're gonna criticize it, and we're gonna rip the performance apart as a team and what have you. Looking at the stats, they don't look very good at all. But there's only one stat that matters, Wayne, and that was that Mongo was awful. No, sorry. The only stat that matters. Show us the back of your shirt. What do you got on the back of your shirt? Go on.
It's hard to be good, mate. Don't give him the bloody football, Chris.
Again, winding up. Look, the only stat that matters is the one that's in the top right there. Charlton Athletic 0, Leicester City 1. It might have been a smash and grab, but look, we defended with our bodies on the line. Yes, there were some errors. Yes, we were giving the balls away at the start. First half, how often have we said this in the past, Wade? The second half was so much better than the first half. I didn't think we looked like scoring. That was the goal that was just out of nowhere, and we're going to come on to that in a minute. But we've got to accept performances like that, haven't we?
You're buzzing, Chris, aren't you? You're buzzing. You are. It's all the energy's coming out of your soul. I can feel it.
That's all you can feel, mate. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway,
we've got to take the fact that we got 3 points.
Yeah, I love the performance, Chris. And to be honest, Tom rightly has been coming. Jim's such optimistic, and he's saying the coach at half time, he'll talk to them, he'll say to them, come on, you did this wrong. And Jim's right as well. But Tom's was right to come with the realism side of things, because it's okay saying, oh, we need to meet PSR, so we've got to seem to be doing the right thing. But this is the reality of it. Like, if your business goes through trouble and you've got to cut corners and budget, it's not just a sentence. The hard thing is you've got to do it, and we are doing it. The consequences are that we're losing key members of the squad. But the other thing is, I mean, Charlton, no wonder they came up last year. No wonder they're unbeaten at the home ground for such a long time. No wonder they're unbeaten this season. My God, are they a physical side?
Yeah.
Super, super physical. They were manhandling Fatawu or the first half. They were pulling players back. They were holding. I mean, that is the most physical side I've seen for a long time. And they will bully a lot of sides in the Championship. So that was I understand. I didn't like him starting to Coley, but I understand why. Because although Coley made some mistakes, he's a physical player. And we did stand up to them physically, which is a big thing for players like Page and Monga. So I think there's such a lot of positives from this match, even if we'd have drawn one each, because so many players have grown as a result of this match.
I think so, and I think a win, no matter how much it comes, Tom, it's the confidence that gives you. And they won't be on the coach back up to the King Power or to pick the cars up, thinking like, God, we were lucky there. They're just going to be on that coach thinking, we've got 3 points here. We've just won that game.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And I think as a manager, when you're coming off a defeat, I think it's harder sometimes to maybe get that motivation on Monday morning when the players go back in, right? I think you've got a bit more of an easier angle to train and improve them from a winning position, ironically, even if, because then you can go, well, guys, we won the game, well done. But then there's this we got to look at in central midfield, there's this we got to look at in this position, this corner wasn't very good, that wasn't very... You see my points. I think it's an easier way in for Marty from there. And so I think, like you say, backs to the wall, there was some good things there, but it was I still think a very odd performance in some ways, because I still think that we could have held possession in the second half, for example, a bit better. We're going to go into the game more in a minute, I know, but there's still things there which I think we should probably be ahead of already, just from the base of what we learned last season, and we've kind of lost a bit of that along the way as well. So it's not perfect, and I'm not trying to be too negative, but in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking, if Abdi Fatah would get sold and transfer deadline day, how do we score a goal?
Yeah.
That's a big worry, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Wayne wants to go toilet.
Just one little side point with Tom. Don't forget that Marty started a calendar month after Enzo did. So I think that's just where we are. He is a month behind the development and knowing really what the players are doing.
And
so I think he's spot on, Tom, but he is catching up, isn't he?
But look how much well Enzo spent in that window. We spent more than any other team in the Championship that season. We bought Winks in, we bought Cody in. We bought Fatu, we bought Mavadini. We bought a lot of players. All right, we're suffering now with the PSR, but and Marty's not had a chance to do that. I mean, look, Jim, unbeaten since December last year at home. Hadn't lost in 10. Only one club was ever going to break that, and that's ours, Leicester. It didn't look... I mean, I know there's a lot to work on with the passing and what have you, but he's trying some different things, isn't he? Like I say, he hasn't had a long pre-season, but that is the first time in 4 games since the start of the season, and I'm not including the Fiorentina game here, first time in the 4 games we've actually been ahead.
Yeah, and that's something. And the way the first half was going along, you were wondering if we would ever score. The fact that we could break their streak, especially the way our club and team was in flux coming into this match. I mean, coming into it, they were rock solid. They had just been promoted. They had this long winning streak at home. They were playing at home. They had a good start to the season. Everything was positive in their camp. In our camp, everything was upside down. We had the players looking over their shoulder. Are they not only going to see the pitch, are they going to see the club anymore? Are they going to be sold? Are they going to be let go? What's happening with PSR? It was such a flux. And for us to come up, weather the storm in the first half, and I know we'll talk about one of the greatest saves we've seen lately by Stolarczyk, but we weathered the storm, and Marty did what he has begun to show us he can do. He can adjust. So yes, it was call it a smash and grab or whatever. I just love the fact adjustments were made and that we came in sort of like Chef Wednesday did in that first match. They came in to our pitch, and they were the more not aggressive, but they wanted it more. They wanted it more than we did. It took magic for us to finish it off. Good substitutions and good goals by your favorite defender. But it was good across the board, and I think that Tom hit it, and we've talked about it time and time again. It gives Marty something to train the boys on. It gives them something to coach on. And they'll start eating this up. The talent is there for this level. This isn't Premier League talent. But, it's a lot to work with.
It certainly is. And, how often, Wayne, did we say last year, just one game just to break the run and just, maybe just pick us off, like a game of bowls where the ball hits another one and you go off in a direction that you didn't plan. We just needed that. And I kind of feel that we got that today. Did we deserve anything from the game? Yes. I would say we deserved at least a point for the second half performance. The win, I've got to say, was pretty lucky. And I've got to say fair play to Charlton. And I've said right from the start, Charlton are my... I don't know why, I like Charlton. When I was growing up, I don't know if you're old enough for this, Wayne, but when my dad used to go to Esso for his petrol, every year they used to have a football book, and you used to collect coins, and you put the coins in the hole and you collect them all. And
Texaco, Chris, I think, was it? Texaco?
Sorry?
Texaco.
They were all doing them, in fairness. They were all doing them. But I think I ended up with about 25 Charltons because they were like the most you get rid of. You couldn't swap them because everybody else had 25 as well. But they played well. Everybody's favourite to go down, including mine, on that performance and with Preston last week. Charlton are not going down, I don't think. They deserve credit for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to be mid-table, Chris. I can't imagine. I mean, when you gave the stats about the home form, you're thinking, oh, that's interesting. Then when you watch them play the actual match, you're thinking there's not many teams that will be able to break them down because they fight tooth and nail for everything. I bet Tom loved their attitude, typical ice hockey attitude, isn't it? Fight tooth and nail for everything. But they did that, and what I like about it is we had Mongar, because they were pulling our lads around and they were being physical with them, and they came through it like Page. I mean, Page must have thought, wow, that's a game of man's football, because that's the first start as well. So he started Page playing the young players, he's incorporating all the players, and we're up to fourth, Chris. We're fourth in the championship currently.
So let's not get excited. We probably won't be by the end of the day.
Oh, we probably won't be, but a lot of teams have played. I think the lowest will be is like 6th or 7th. But I mean, to get 2 victories at the first 2 games, as Jim said, in a state of flux, as Tom said, worried about our team spirit and how many people passionately want to be here. And I think the younger lads and some of the older people really had to fight really hard in that game. And that's that. You know what attitude you got when you come up against a real tough fight, because it's easy to back down. But the whole team, to a man, I thought stuck at it, and they defended with their lives sometimes. You know what I mean? It's very impressive, that element of the spirit.
They did. As Gray said, it's a good learning curve for the youngsters. Page, I think, was probably outmuscled. Even Fatu, I mean, you look at that guy that was up against Fatu. My God, he was the proverbial brick shit house, wasn't he? But Fatu was given as good as he got. Look, half time. Well, let's go. First of all, let me jump back to Jim first of all, because he mentioned this. 35 minutes in, probably the save of the season so far from Solarczyk. I mean, let's be honest, he kept us in it. He did go up for one and had a bit of a flap, and it came down and it hit the guy Coventry, and he didn't know what he was doing, and it hit his back of his heel and went out. And he was lucky with that. But he kept us in the game, and that save, oh my God. And it was a great shot as well, let's be honest.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, that was a tremendous save, but I think he had his head in the game the whole time. He made a save point blank on a header. That ball came across, and the guy was straight in front of goal, and he was there. He was there prepared. He knocked the ball up over the crossbar a couple times, but I always felt he was in the game. And and the one thing we definitely noticed is he knows how to punch the ball out of the box.
Yeah.
Versus our previous number one, and we'll talk about that later, how he couldn't get the ball out of the box.
You mean the one that just let 5 in last night?
Yes.
Yeah, he should have been punching them out, yeah.
If you watch the goal, he couldn't punch it past the penalty spot.
Until I started this and somebody put it up in the chat, I didn't even know the score from last night. I got to say, Tom, it was a great save, but in the second half, it was nice to see his nibs playing, wasn't it?
His nibs playing?
Yeah.
What, Harvey Nibs, the striker for Charlton?
Yeah, it's Nib. Have you never heard that saying?
No, I've never heard of it, Chris. Is this a Dorset thing?
None of us have.
No one's heard of it.
Here comes his nibs. It's if you like, a bit of a, thinks he's better than he is, or he's, Lord of the Manor, oh, his nibs is here.
Oh, it makes sense, but I don't understand it.
Well, that's why nobody responded to it when I said join the match. Nice to see his nibs has arrived. Anyway, we'll move on from that because that kind of felt a bit.
Thinking, are you taking your medication, Chris?
I am. I'm taking it down with this, so I don't know what's the cider. Yes, indeed. Tom, no half-time substitutes. Did that surprise you?
A little bit, yeah, because I kind of felt like, it was one of those things where it could have done with a little bit of an injection, perhaps, because especially at the start of the second half, Charlton could have taken the lead in the first minute there before we managed to have the Fatui wonder goal. And then imagine the conversation we'd be having now, Chris, about no changes at half-time if that had happened. And then who knows where we'd be now, right? So I was a little bit surprised, but I will say, despite of that, I agree with what the boys have said. The subs were good in the game. I like seeing Marty go up early and talk to Hamza and Thomas. Yeah, I really liked the fact he was getting in their ear early, and really managing them on that pitch. And it was also put in the chat by someone, I've forgotten who it was, but, give yourself credit about Andy King getting around the players and having talks to them. Yeah. So it's not all about the changes. It's also about getting their heads in the right place. And I think, like I say, they did it enough to get us through it. And the wonder goal from there, yeah, superb job on that one.
Wayne. Look, well done, Dorco. You see, I'm not mad. Dorco's heard it before. There's a few of us old gits around.
Checks in the post.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to let you all talk about this, but I'm going to obviously it's Wayne's turn next. That goal. When he does that, you're just thinking, wow, there's another 5 million on his price. I mean, I don't think. Look, any player this season is for sale. I've said this on many of the news shows. If an offer comes in for Fatawu, that is 50 million. The state of the play that we're in, you have to take it because you think, how many players can we get for that 50 million? No. But we've let McAteer go, and I think letting McAteer go shows an intent that we're not going to let Fatawu go.
Yeah, it's like when Newcastle sold 2 players for 20-odd million, which then meant they could keep Isak and Gordon when they had to meet PSR. So I really like. I mean, a lot of people criticise the board, but drop it, Chris, drop it.
No, I'm not.
But a lot of people criticising the board and John Wilkin, but I mean, I just think this post-season with the situation we're in, I think the club have done excellent in the decisions from the manager. We all moaned about a clear out, and we all have different players we like and don't, but they are having a clear out. Yes. And there are repercussions from having that, but you've got to do these difficult things if you want to kind of restructure and rebuild. And that goal, I mean, it went in. It was so quick the way it happened. And I was screaming at the television because their fullback was at his arms all over Fatawu all during that first half. The first time he gave him space and dropped off him, bang, goal. And that's why he had his arms over him in the first half, because he was told, do not let that guy get past you.
Yeah. Gray says his nibs is Chris's, it's his show. I tell you what, Gray, I think I've just got the wrong three guests in.
We're too young for you.
Gray. You're American. You'd have another saying for it anyway that didn't make any sense, you know. The gentleman that wears the eye spectacles, I would imagine. But yeah, I mean, Jim, every time Monga, in fairness, or Fatu were on the ball, they had two players on them.
They did, and there was no mistake. They knew the capability of both players. They knew how electric they can be. We know as the game went along, not only were they locking them down, but they weren't. I don't know if it was Page or if it was part of their defensive strategy, but he wasn't able to get them the ball, and they had to make something happen. I know Fatawu sometimes maybe goes a little too much, but when you can score a goal like that, I'll give it to you, because scorers have to shoot. And he did make a couple where he let the ball get away, but he was beating the tar out of the guy at the beginning of that match. So yeah, I think both of them, they were ready for him. They knew what kind of magic they could produce, but we just need to be able to get them the ball more frequently. I thought Ayew did a really good job up top. I thought he held his own, as we know, playing with his back to goal, and he got involved a little bit. But yeah, getting those two super young superstars the ball on the outside is gonna produce more goals. It
is. Tom, look, I do criticise Fatawu sometimes holding on to the ball too long, especially when you've got two on you. If you manage to do reasonably well at the start, then just pass it, because you got the two on you, and more than the 50% chance you're going to lose it. But when he does that, and when he gets that spot on, I mean, that is there in the goal of the season. And I think that's got to be the goal of the season, or the month, goal of the month. I mean, I don't know if they do that on the ITV Roundup show. I don't watch it, to be honest with you. You don't see, you see more of the game on the highlights from the club. But my God, he struck that. It was, I mean, it's better than sex, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, unbelievable. Like when he comes inside and has a shot. Remember when we used to have Damari Gray there, and how that used to turn out? It used to end up in row Z every time, didn't it? And be really disappointing on every occasion. So it's nice to know that he's really exciting in how he can do that. It's an interesting thing about the tactics briefly, isn't it, though? How they are doubling up on these players, a lot of these teams, which is what we suspected. And this is why I'm still criticising the central midfield in particular, because the way you get around that is they commit a bit more further forward, and then they add numbers there themselves to allow Fatu then to get away and find the space. That was one of the only times he really found the space in the game. And if we could find him that space more, Chris, he could do more things like this, right? And then we could score more goals, and we wouldn't be hanging on at the end to a 1-0 lead doing this, going, oh, are we going to hold on for 3 points? But, so I'm probably going to be the most critical one of us here today, because I appreciate, that it was a wonder goal. We're really excited. But, there's still things like that I go, well, if we want to make sure we're getting the most out of Fatu, and he's not doing the things that annoy us, like you're saying about doing too much running and being isolated too much, we need to sort out this central midfield and attacking midfield desperately in order to support them better, mate.
Wayne, El Canoes. We really missed El Canoes out there.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, to be honest with you, Jim.
Yeah, I agree. Samari, there was one time I said to Jim, Samari had the ball. He got the ball in central midfield, in the centre circle, running forward. Not only did the player tackle him. So he wasn't quick enough to, at his young age. He should have played the ball out to Monga on the wing, who's getting starved with the ball. He didn't. He passed the ball to Monga when he was about to be tackled, but he passed the ball behind Monga that stopped his forward thing. So, Samari, you're slowing the game down, you Wally.
Even with the goal, he did that. He was too slow.
We know that I don't want Samari on the pitch. I don't want Skip on the pitch, to be honest with you. But, it seems to be Marty's choice of 2 CDMs. But just going back, because we've gone off the topic a bit, but just going back to Fatawu and Monga, why? I mean, for me, and I've said this so many times, swap them over. Say, right, after 20 minutes, guys, change sides. Give the defence something to think about. And then do the same in the second half. Because, that one player was, all right, I mean, in that particular instance, that defender that was on Fatawu would probably end up eating Monga for tea. But he might just prove too slippy. It might just, what the hell am I doing here? Where's the guy that I'm supposed to be marking? Because if you're a manager of an opposition team, Wayne, you're going to say, you mark Fatawu, and if Mongas comes on the pitch, you mark him, you mark them out of the game. And it's your job to do that, and it's your job to do that. Swap them over, it surely causes confusion.
Yeah, and sometimes a winger will go against certain fullback and just not get any joy, and they'll swap over, and they'll just basically just be able to beat them. I think that's a great idea. But going back, I know it's not going off topic, but if they're double teaming Fatawu and Monga, then that leaves spare people in the middle, and that's when you used to get intelligent midfielders like Lampard, Gerrard would attack forward and score lots of goals. So that's what I think we're lacking. That once Marty solves that problem. I think the defence is okay. With the wingers we've got, we will become a very potent side. And hopefully, if he can sort that out in the next month, I think we're going to really progress well.
Taking your point then, Jim, which was, did we miss El Canoes? Leading on then from what Wayne has said, in that case, possibly did we? Because did we not have that magical one in the middle, Alves never came on. Page looked like his first senior game, really, didn't it? He was struggling. But, if he doesn't get these games, how are they getting the experience? Personally, I think we're saying goodbye to El Canoes. Apparently, he has a muscle. Yeah, okay, whatever. But I think he's on his way. And look, again, if we get 30-odd million for him when he had a 22 million relegation clause in his contract, well done, John Rudkin. We kept him until that expired. If it's not El Canoes and we're not buying anybody, like we don't go and buy a Brownhill because his wages would be up. Well, we don't buy him, he's free, but his wages are horrendous. Who are we putting in that position?
Well, first of all, I think El Canoes is gone. I mean, the muscle deal, you can say what you want. I mean, that was a message that he's gone. I like the fact he started Page. To your point, he's got to get the experience. Once again, I know we beat the dead horse, but it makes so much sense. It gives Marty something to coach him on. So he can say, Louis Page, this is what you need to do in that position. If you're going to start seeing the pitch on a more regular basis, this is what you got to do and not got to do, because he's used to playing at a different level and dominating. And now he's getting up, playing of defensive teams like what we saw today. The second part of your question, I mean, what do we do? That's a good question. We really have to go with youth. I mean, Marty got a little creative at the end as he was trying to ride the game out with moving players around, including IU. But we do need that playmaker, and it's got to be someone who can distribute and not be afraid to come up and attack when they're doubling our two wingers. Tom?
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, mate. I just wanted to raise a quick point. We've got a problem with attacking midfield when Bilal goes, because if this is the formation we're going to play, I mean, Page, I felt, it was a difficult game for him today, because obviously the heightened physicality as well. Alves doesn't look like he's going to cut the mustard in attacking mid either, because Marty doesn't believe in him. And it makes me think I'm going to have to consider a formation change, because I don't know if we can go out and buy an attacking midfielder, which we're going to have to, in order to have some depth in that position, because in the first half, there was nothing there. And that's not against Page. He's a young chap. I really like him. I think he's better as a deeper midfielder, a central midfielder, because he seems to come forward and tag up really well with people from that position. I think he kind of got isolated in attacking mix. It's a heavy position for him. So I do wonder if tactically we're going to have to look at changing. Maybe that means 5 at the back like we did at the end with the 3 central midfielders. However, then means we can't really play Fatogu properly, does it? Because he's not going to have a wing position. So we've got a big challenge to make here about who we get in for that position. And if it's someone on loan, that could be a bit difficult. Because say it's Riga, for example, or Rijo from Benfica, however you say it, excuse me, I'm not pronouncing it correctly. That's a lot to put on him in a new league, in a new country as well. So that does concern me, how I don't think we've got someone who can naturally slot in there. Remember when Ndidi was in there for Enzo at times? It's a problem we've had for a while, boys.
Right, let me throw this one at Wayne. You know what I'm like for throwing a wild one. Yes, exactly. You hate these questions, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Yeah, you dodge the answers, don't you, Mr. Politician? Mr. Keir Starmer there in your almost red Labour. Look, what about playing Winks in that position?
I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I think what I was hoping with this sale is that we would have reset and just Marty will build a team with people with the right attitude. He had touches of brilliance, Winks. I mean, he came out with the ball, received the ball, evaded tackles. I mean, if Daka had a go at that thing and Silva.
Silko Thomas was on
Silko Thomas around the back. He played really well, but it's just where his head's at and whether he wants to go, whether there's people, because there's clubs asking around after all these players. So I think for the future, no. I'd rather go with the younger kids and sign Josh Brownhill.
The only thing with Josh Brownhill is we are trying to cut the wages back. He turned down £60,000 a week at Burnley Premier League. Which is why he didn't re-sign with Burnley. He's not going to come down to the Champions. Well, I don't know. I mean, if nobody's gone in for him, I mean, he's at the moment he's without a club, isn't he? So, yeah,
we only need a bit of experience, Chris. I mean, the young kids to come through that game. Marty will be saying that Page. He took him off, and Page, he'd probably go, "How do you think? Find that?" He says, "Wow, that was bloody hard. That was." And I go, yeah, it was hard, but you came through it, didn't you? We got the 3 points, didn't you? That, like Jim says, that's what the good coaches do. So we only need a bit of experience. Bit of experience.
As Dorco says there, and I liked Dorco before, I don't now. I
had the same thought.
Yeah. Well, I don't like you either. I've never liked you, mate. I joke. I love you. I love you like a brother.
Would you want Winks, Chris? Would you want Winks there?
Yeah, I'd give him a go because, he does push forward. So why not give him that forward role? We're not using him as one of those defensive midfielders at the moment. And if we make changes, we can always bring him back into that role. But, at the moment, Page wasn't ready for it. We could see that, Alves doesn't, he was on the bench. He never came on. So I'm pretty much saying he doesn't think Alves is ready for it. But yeah, in the short term, why not? Why not? Would I sooner have Dakova Reed there or Winks? I'd put Winks there. And is that any different to Tom, who I'm going to go to now? Tom saying he wants Faze in midfield.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I know we shouldn't probably. It's probably a bad angle to go with. This is why I was a bit disappointed Casey left, because I think he could have been in that played in attacking mid. I think we've missed a trick there for a long time because he was pretty ineffective on the right side at times. But he had good feet and he could have a shot on him as well if he was in the centre. So I think Ipswich might find they put him in that position. He might be a better player than what we even expected. So that's a bit of a shame. But I do agree with Dorker there. It might have to be Bobby Deckled over Reed, but it doesn't fill me with confidence either. But isn't this a scenario we're kind of in now. It's difficult because we've got to try and piece these players in. And the slight concern coming out today is these young players that have done well in the pre-season. I think some of them, the Championship might be too physical for them at this stage, Chris, at 17. Well, I mean, I think Monga today, I love Monga, and I'm not having to go at him because I don't think he had much service either. But he did find today a challenge. It'll be a learning curve for him to have a better game, and it's not to beat him up. He's a young kid, and he will have a better game next time. But it's a bit of a semi-wake-up call in that regard, and I'm not really trusting the guys at the club bringing in players at the moment because we've got such a bad history of it in the last 12 months.
All I'll say is I think Monga was absolutely shit. So I'm joking, Wayne. Calm down.
No, it's not with Monga, but I think they were the dark arts team of the Championship. They were playing rugby. They were pulling shirts back. They were tripping people up. I mean, like I say, Fatu, he had his arms around him all the time until the one time he didn't, and he scored. So they are a bloody. I'd love to see Birmingham and Ipswich coach there because they are in for a tough game of football.
They are, and I would agree that he didn't get the service. Interesting thing, Jim, we started out as a 4-2-3-1, and we ended up pretty much as a 5-3-2.
Well, I think of course, the game itself dictated that. And it's another tactical move by Marty saying he's not going to stand there on the sidelines like the previous manager did and just not make changes when they need to be made. And even it's like a player on the pitch. If they make a mistake, you learn from it. Even with him, if he's not afraid to make these changes, he's not afraid whether it's a player change or a formation change. And I like that because that's what we need going forward. We need someone who's not afraid to make those decisions, and then the team can rally behind it. Hey, the gaffer made this change because of this, and it worked. So they'll buy into those formations for when they come up to a team that is similar and they need to do it. So props to him. Yeah.
And I do apologise, Jim. I've literally just seen the link you sent me for Bob Seger.
Well, that was for Louis. That was the pre-match for Louis Page. That was Tom. Tom came up with it when we were in a chat before. He said it's time to turn the page.
I don't know it. We'll have a play of it later. I've just got Alan's rating and man of the match. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is,
We do ours first, then, Chris. We do ours first.
Oh, we're going to do yours first. Yes, I'm going first.
Go on, Chris.
Guys, not now. We're going to talk substitutions. Wayne, I'm going to come to you with this one for obvious reasons. Oh, did you know? Sorry, but can I just say sorry? Did you know? And if you're watching, obviously Sky, you would do this because they announced it. If you add Page and Monga's ages together, you get Ayew.
Yes, younger than Ayew.
Was it younger than Ayew? Was it? But look, Page off 8 minutes, first substitution. Page goes off, having just had a good run, to be honest with you. He went off, and Daka went on. What did you think about that? Because I thought Daka was okay when he came on.
Yeah, I put that as one of my positives of the match. Daka, when he came on, pressured their back line. He really did. To be honest, I'm not a fan of Daka. I just think he hasn't got the touch. He hasn't got the spatial awareness in the box. And he isn't aggressively, physically enough and competitive enough. But as a presser, you can see why as a presser he's brilliant. Page, as you said, I think he was just really knackered from the pure physical slog of that match. So you got to say, what a great substitution, a great time.
Yeah. Tom, skip off.
Yeah.
That's not an instruction, by the way. Skip off and Winks on. Now, I know we've been talking about. I
wish he'd skip sometimes. He'd be a bit more quicker then, wouldn't he?
Is that what? Sorry.
I wish he'd skip sometimes. He might be a bit more quicker. Sorry, carry on.
I've got to say. I actually, on watching that match, I agree, and I think he was the one to go off because again, I said this during the watch along, and please feel free to clip this because I'm probably never going to say this again. But at a Sumari and Skip, Samari was the better player. I know he had, his pass was out sometimes and his tackle and his running, but I know it's like comparing shit with diarrhea. But sorry, that's just the one that came to mind. I don't think
about the consistency.
Yeah, yeah. But then again, you do know diarrhea is hereditary; it runs in your genes. I'm here all week. Thank you very much. Skip. We're stuck with him, I know, and we're probably, if we're going to sell either of those two, Samari's the one that would probably get bought. But talk to me about that one, because I thought that was the right call.
Yeah, it's a funny one with Winks, isn't it? Because if he starts a game, he generally does a skip. When he comes off the bench, he generally actually makes a pretty good effort, which is really bizarre to me, because I thought he came on today and actually he was the one towards the end who gave me a little bit of confidence we might get a second goal here and put this one to bed. He was the one orchestrating it, right? So I'll give him credit for that. But I must say, Harry, we need to see it from the start, mate, if you're in the first team. And I think this skip experiment, I mean, I don't know what's happened to him, Chris, but it seems to be hard work. I mean, do you remember against Fiorentina, you actually started getting forward once or twice and you thought, oh, okay, maybe there is something there, but he must be hard to manage, because I'd be I've done the cattle project to death now, haven't I? But I'm kind of he must be chasing around after him going, can you please move? I mean, if you're making Samare look like bloody good, I mean, that probably shows you a problem, doesn't it? Which is why I wanted to put FaZe in there.
You stuck that prod up his arse. That's where you got.
I think you put it up his arse, he'd just fall over. He wouldn't run anywhere. I think it's just so it's a bit baffling. He's our longest contracted player, I'm pretty sure now, isn't he, as well? So he is going to be a challenge for us, which is a big problem, because you'd think, well, that we want to build around him almost, but I don't know how we fix that. I actually will say, I think he might have to go out on loan and get his wages off the book, because I just don't think we want to even consider him playing, mate.
I don't think we're going to get anybody playing 50 grand a week for him. I think we'll have to
it's more.
It's
more.
Well, I'm telling you. 1 second. Go on, Jim. Go on.
So I guess just to finish this, what does Marty see in training that he would put him out there? That's kind of my question.
Because let me answer that, because Wayne was saying that when he's been watching the training videos, that Dak has actually been scoring goals.
Yeah. The paradox.
Wow.
And in fairness, that's what Rude said last. And I can't believe I'm defending Rude here, but he actually said what they were showing me on the training pitch was not what I was seeing from minute one when the whistle went, and that's the problem, Right. I want to just come back to you, if I can, Tom, before I come to you for the next one, Jim. Somebody said in the chat, contract extension for Winks.
Oh, I mean, the problem is he's not going to want to sign it, guys. Come on, he doesn't look very happy here, does he, to be honest? So I think that's, even if he has a great redemption arc story, it's all going to be beneficial to him and his agent getting a nice, paycheck in the summer for a free transfer. But needs must, and I don't think... I mean, I would sell him still, despite what he's done in these games, because, it's similar to Casey, isn't it? We kind of got to. So I still would, and I'd put Page in there, as not put him in attacking mid, where I think he's going to be marked out of games. So I think, no, unfortunately not for me, because I just think we can't have redemption arc stories based on 15 minutes or for 30 minutes in total from 3 games so far, boys. I'm sorry.
No. And like you said there, Gray, it's a good point on his wages, 90 grand a week, the most highly paid player in the Championship this season. I have to say, Skip is on 50 grand a week. I just thought I'd double check that. I didn't like to be proved wrong, but and it's not very often I am. But I just thought I'd check that out. I'm going to come to you with this one, Jim. Because if I go to Wayne with this one, we'll get a 25-minute blowing smoke up Monga's arse. I'm joking, Wayne. Monga goes off. Silko Thomas comes on. Silko Thomas, who's been linked with a move to QPR, and the QPR fan that writes the Football League World said he doesn't want him because he was shit last season, Cardiff or Swansea, wherever he went. Monga, he wasn't on the ball as much, and you've got to say that is down to, was the ball being passed to him, etc. I don't think we're any better off by bringing Thomas on.
Well, first of all, I think that Jeremy Manga is the greatest Leicester City player of all time. And that's what Wayne told me to say. So,
Wayne, I told you to shut up on this one. This is Jim's account, so don't you get involved.
That cost £1,000, Chris. That did.
Wayne, can you just turn around and sit the other way while Jim does his little speech here, please?
So
the thing is, though, Wayne,
notice the words are coming out of my mouth.
The rate's not very good. That only works out to about $20. Sorry, Jim. Carry on.
No, I didn't think it made an effect on the game at all. I'm going to guess it was just fresh legs. As you said earlier, Mongo was getting physically thrown around. And a lot of it was he didn't get the ball where he could really make something happen with it. And Wayne gave a good indication. We watched it together how Samare laid the pass behind him, and then the guy just crushed him. So I think that it was just, okay, the kid had started. He had a long game. He found out the physicality of this league, and just get some fresh legs in there. I don't really think there was any significance for Silko doing something or Manga not doing anything.
I mean, Jim, let me stick with you then as we're talking about this, because we know we're probably going to have to, if we're not bringing anybody in, rely on the youngsters. The opposition know they've only got to get a little bit physical because we've got a team of youngsters, and this was the problem that people used to say about Thomas when he started, and probably a little bit about Chilwell as well. And McAteer, definitely said about McAteer, they need to beef up. But we've got to wait for them to beef up. That's not an overnight process. You can't, you can get a jab to lose weight, but you can't get a jab to put on weight. So is it a risk playing them, or is it a risk we have to take?
I think there's always a risk playing a young player, but it's a risk we have to take. I think game experience will give them some toughness. I don't see, and it's early, I don't see Manga being a weak player. I don't see him being a timid player. I think the more he gets knocked down and gets back up, I think the tougher he'll get.
You get knocked down and you get up again. Chubbawamba.
There you go. So yeah, I think game experience will help. I mean, we have to. I like the fact that what one of the fellas said: swap them, because you may come against a. There you go. Oh, that was you.
Me.
Woo. All right.
I'll take the compliment, Jim. I don't get many.
Yeah, but no, I think game experience will help, and you can't. I don't think you want to hide them. You want to get out there, let them use the skills that they have, but they'll toughen up. I don't think it's that big of a risk, and if it's a risk at all, it's a risk we need to take.
Yeah. Before we come on to some more substitutions, Wayne, I want to talk to you because you're next up. 1-1. They put the ball in the net. I thought the referee had a very good game today. Taking that, he didn't book any of our players and he booked two of theirs and cancelled one of their goals out. But I did think he had a good game. I'm not favouritism at all. But in fairness, when you listened to it and played it back, and they said this on Sky, he blew the whistle before the ball had gone in the net. And it was an obvious foul on Okoli. Yeah,
they're ragging him down, Chris. I can't imagine a more physical side than that side. They were big. I mean, they're chucking loads of long balls in the air. They're doing just the old typical English, 1990 Premier, Division 1 side. They were just super physical. The referee got that right. He got that right. In fact, I think he should have booked them more, because that guy on Fatu was ragging Fatu around, and some of the it was almost like they're playing half football, half rugby, them players. So, the referee got that decision, was spot on.
One thing I've noticed,
it wasn't. It doesn't matter whether it was in the net or not. It was all by foul means.
Foul, the whistle was blown. I have to say, Gray, I do admire you, but I think that's a copy and paste job there, because no way you knew how to spell Chumbawamba. Who are actually, I'm going to say, are actually from Burnley. So there we go. I thought I've noticed this with all the referees in this league, and I'd forgotten this when we were down before, Wade. They let the play go on. They don't blow if they don't have to.
No, and I think the quality of refereeing in the Championship, whether it's because they've got the responsibility of having to get the decisions right, I'm really impressed with it. I watched the first game at Birmingham against Ipswich. Super impressed with the referee in that game. So yeah, I just think. Whereas in the Premier League with the VAR, it's getting more physical and going away from the game. I love the way the game flows in the Championship.
Yeah. Let's round this off before we get to performance and man of the match. The last subs, Tom, Ricardo coming on for Chowdhury, who apparently had got a knock. Although it was Fatu I was seen hobbling off, I thought, when FaZe came on. Look, I wanted, and Craig, Wayne agreed with me. I wanted him on from the start, FaZe, but again, good substitute. I don't think Marty got anything wrong today.
No, I think he's probably the best Leicester manager we've had for a long time when it comes to tactical changes and tweaks during the game and man management during the game. I think he's right up there. I really do. And it's a shame, actually, he's got, such difficult ingredients to work with. It kind of can overshadow that if we have a bad game, right? But I think he is very good at that. And I think credit to him for that today. And I think they were fine, and I think... like I say, I'm just going to be intrigued what the final puzzle is going to be once September 1st comes around, Chris. I really am, because then we might see FaZe, like you say, starting because we might have lost to Cody, for example. But, so then that's going to be what's interesting about it. So, great 3 points, get back to the training pitch, boys, get everyone trained up, ready to go, and let's see what happens next week, mate.
Yeah.
Chris.
Right.
Chris, one more thing about Marty when he substitutes. I watch things like this. When the players come off, he goes up to every player, puts his arm around, talks to him. It's not like he just alienates and lets them walk by. And I think that's part of good coaching. And I think I've watched him do it. I even watched him when Fatu came out. And he had a couple sloppy plays before he came out. And he hugged him on the side and he was talking. He was coaching him up. So I think that's another big advantage we have with Marty.
Came out, if anybody's listening, we've got no subtitles, it's the American version of coming off. Over here, Jim, it means something completely different.
I got you.
Can I just say, we're not saying that at all, just in case Fatu has got some very libelous solicitors. And the views of the gentleman beneath me are not necessarily the views of Leicester Till I Die. Just covering myself there. Okay. Right. Performance. Let's go down the performances first of all. I've gone 7. And I think I'm going to be a lot higher maybe than you guys. I know the first half wasn't very good, but there's 2 parts to a game. There's attacking and there's defending. And you've got to get both of those right. And if you don't get the defending right, you're never going to win a game. And I think we defended, not beautiful defending, body in front of the ball defending. Vestergaard was, Cody went down, Hamza, and even Thomas, they were putting their bodies on the line to defend for the whole game. And I think because even though we weren't in top in that first half, I still think they deserve a 7 after all. Gray, marvellous guy. He's agreed with me. Scott's gone 6. Tom?
I'm going to be the harsh one in the room, guys. I'm going for 5. Yeah.
That was not a 5 performance, Tom.
No, it was. And I tell you what, Chris, let me explain why. Let me explain my thoughts behind this, guys. Right? It's a work in progress. We barely scored from open play until Fatu had a worldly situation. I appreciate the backs to the wall. I appreciate a Cody diving in front of the balls at the end to stop it going near the net. But for me, that is a given with football, especially in this division. Look how Charlton played today. That is the minimum requirement, which puts you out of 5. There wasn't enough elsewhere for me to go beyond that, but it's not me being overly negative. I just think you've got to be realistic. There'll be other Leicester channels now, probably, Chris, going utterly batshit crazy and going, it wasn't good enough today, we got lucky, right? I'm not saying that, but I still think backs to the wall, yeah, great. But that is a minimum requirement for me and my team, especially, so it's a 5 for me, Chris, and it's harsh maybe, but I'm going to go with 5, so we're realistic. We've got something to improve on for next week. I want it to be a 6 next week.
don't understand what's going on here.
I don't, mate. I don't understand.
Five's not a bad score.
Wayne, sorry, mate. What were you saying?
I forgot about Wenger in his coat. He's constant.
Exactly. I know. I've been waiting to use that one. That's a new one. Wayne, what? Wayne. Let's come to Wayne. Forgetting Arsene Wenger's coat. Look, I'm not saying that Tom's wrong. It's his opinion, and he's entitled to it, and we respect that. He's just wrong. Wayne, what if you go for 5 as well? I'm going to come up to Leicester and beat you up.
You don't do 0.5s, do you, Chris?
You don't do 0.5s.
So I don't do 5s.
I'd have 0.5s every week otherwise.
Okay. So I'd say a 7. I get Tom's realism and I get where he's coming from. I do respect what Tom wants for this team. But I just think the character of this display, from the young kids, from the fact that we're such a fluid team because we don't know who's going to leave and whether anybody's going to come in. I'm super impressed with people that are really not used to playing with each other, and so they haven't got those connections. And I used to play central midfield, and your connections are everything. So I'm super impressed with that. And they were a bloody tough side to play. Did some dark arts, and to come out of that, some of them young lads will be thinking, wow, we did really well there.
Yes.
I think the psychological boost, as Jim said, from the psychological boost of this match is really important.
Yeah. Matthew, hi Matthew, how you doing? It's been a while, mate. Nice to see you. He's gone 6. Jim, I don't no pressure here, but you know what happened to Tom?
No pressure. First of all, I think Wayne just read from my notes. Tom's right with his realism, and totally we need a lot of improvement in areas to sustain what we want to try to do, stay up and stay in the top part of the league. But I absolutely hate to agree with a certain person, not you, Wayne, but the other guy, that guy up there.
Excuse me,
I think
your finger just went up my arse. Then do you know I'm not doing that?
Listen, I'm impressed. There's only been 2 American jokes so far. I know we're not done yet, but I think a solid 7. I had it written down before we did our post match for the reasons we talked about, for what Wayne said, and what we talked about earlier. First of all, we played a squad that is unbeaten at home forever. We played a team that started off early in the league on a high note, a very, very physical team. This team's been together last season. They came up together, not many changes. Then you flip over to what we had to put on the pitch. We had a manager managing his 4th game. We had young players sowing their oats. We had a lot of challenges. And guess what? We came through. We came through not only matching them, but we came through with a victory. Another Americanism, Chris. Is that what I'm going to hear?
You are totally.
So anyway,
your oats is obviously not the same meaning in America as it is over here.
It's going to be a long season. You think it's going to be a long season for this team? It's going to be a long season for us. But we definitely deserved it. Like Wayne, to finish up, like he said, great motivation for the players, a positivity. And don't forget Marty's substitutions. You have to include him on this because we certainly did on the flip side last year. So solid 7.
I'd buy that for $1.
Americanisms. Well, maybe that's why we didn't get on the ball much, because they're all busy sowing their oats during the game. I have to say, Alan, who was obviously at the match, has sent his through. Ronald's gone 7 there as well. And Alan, I'm sorry, Tommy went 7.
Oh, it doesn't matter, Chris. I mean, I think you've all actually, explained me better almost than I almost did. I mean, I'm not beating them up. I've not been here screaming about it at all.
No, I know.
But I do expect that to be minimum requirement of backs to the wall. I do expect that in any of my teams.
Yes.
I think I just realized Tom, you are playing the Brad role right now. That's what it is. That upper right corner has to be more realistic. I get it.
I'd be intrigued to know what Brad's score was today. Can we find out in the week when he's next on the show? Because I think he might be closer to me.
He is on the show on Monday. We're doing the review show on Monday at 7, so he'll be on then. So or 6:30, I think it is now. So you'll find out on there.
No private messaging him either, Tom.
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't bother Brad, mate. He's too busy. I don't want to interrupt his business.
What did I say about that top right-hand corner as well? We've all got Jaguar hats on. Got it right that time, Tom. Jim, sorry. We've all got Jaguar hats on, but only one of us has still got the label stuck on the front, which apparently makes them more collectible or more, worth more. I don't know.
I'm more American than all of you, Jim.
That could be.
That's nothing to be proud of there, Tom, is it? Let's be honest.
Oh no, Chris, I'd love to live in Canada, as you know, mate. I'm very pro Canada in particular. Sorry, Jim, probably bad time.
Yeah, but... That's Canada. That's not America. That's too. Canada are our cousins. America is the child that we got rid of. He's shaking his head. Love you, Jim. Love you. Right, man of the match. Now, I'm torn here, and I'm not going to go down the easy route and go, well, with a goal like that, you've got to give it to Fatawu. No, you don't get man of the match just by giving a goal, scoring a goal, as good as that was. I'm torn, believe it or not, I'm torn between two. One of them you'll know, and one of them you'll go, seriously? I think I'm going to go with the one that Sky went for, which was Stolarczyk. Not only did he have that one good save, apart from one time on that last corner right towards the end where he came and he flapped at it and missed, and it went off their striker, Coventry, who didn't know anything about it, and went out for a goal kick. Apart from that, he was commanding. He came when he came. He had that mistake last time out. We didn't see any of that this week. He almost like he said, that ain't going to happen again. He was ordering his defenders around. He was shouting, telling them off, and he was there. He was solid. The one that I nearly gave it to, funnily enough, was a Coley. I know you pulled your face there, Jim. Oh God, I'm thinking names, Tom. You pulled your face there. But I thought he was throwing his body on the line.
You're coming to me, Chris? Sorry, mate. Yeah, no. I wasn't pulling my face, mate. I just generally make funny faces, as you know, because it means I don't have to keep the static, really ugly one I've generally got. So, but no. I don't disagree with that. I think that's interesting. Yeah.
Gray has gone with Jacob, and Scott's agreed with me. A Coley stroke Stolarczyk. It has to go to Stolarczyk for me because, like I say, that save was amazing, and I can't give it to him just for that save. When I said I'm not giving it to Fatawu just for the goal, he was commanding. Jim?
No, I want to back up. Well, first of all, I go with Stolarczyk as well. I thought he made a world-class save. Like I mentioned earlier, I love the header that he stopped point blank. He knocked a couple up over the bar. He was in it the whole time. As you mentioned, he was commanding the team. I really felt he was a leader out on the pitch, and we need that. I mean, it was the first time. Mads was phenomenal in the years that we had him, but it was the first time since Casper left that I felt we had somebody commanding the defense. And so for that and his saves, I thought it was phenomenal. But to follow up on a Coley, I had written down, he got stronger as the game went on. He really did. He actually earned us that foul that stopped their goal. That was him that was playing strong in front of it and gained a foul, or else it would have been an even match score-wise. So no, I gave you the face because I had it written down, and once again I agreed with you, and that really pains me to agree with you.
Can I just say, have you got an automatic focus on your camera? Because every now and again you suddenly go, whoop.
I don't know. I must have it because I'm noticing the same thing. I'm getting a little drunk here, and it's only it's only 10:42 in the AM. But no, Stolarczyk and good call on Nicoli.
That's not down under the table, is she?
No.
We'd probably see you moving a different way then, wouldn't we?
Move on.
Hello, Bev. How you doing? Tom, I realised I didn't actually take your man of the match when I was talking to you.
Oh, to be fair, I'm glad you went to Jim first because he put it better than I could have, and I'm not even going to talk about it. It is Xhaka, but I will give a shout out as Ronald just put there because my second choice would have been Hamza. I think Hamza was very solid at right back. I think you can see why for Sheffield United last year he was their first choice right back on the way to the playoff run. I think he was really solid, really assured. And Chris, there's no question for me now. He's right back every week for me now. That's simple. So I'll give it to Xhaka, but Hamza I want to give some credit for as well.
That is a bold shout after one game. And well, after one good game, shall we say. But
what he did for Sheffield United last season, Chris, I think that he's proven he could play that position really well. Sorry, back to you.
No. You stay tuned. You stay tuned, young man. Wayne.
I agree with what Tom's saying about Hamza. If it weren't for his almighty cock-up with the penalty, he did have a brilliant game. Just had that one moment of madness, which is in Hamza. And it's like a Kohli. A Kohli, yeah, it's great or potentially be a man of the match, but if only throwing your body on the line was all you needed to do as a defender, you really have to be able to pass the ball out. And I think that's where Kohli, when he passes the ball to one of their midfielders, he's got that in him. So it's whether he can do that. But I would say my man of the match is Marty. Can I have the manager?
No.
I can't.
No.
What?
Player of the match.
Oh, dear.
And can I just say, were you watching a different match?
When was the penalty?
Yeah, exactly. When was this?
In the game where he had a brilliant, where he scored that wonder strike. Where he scored the wonder strike and then he gave the penalty away.
Huddersfield, 2 games ago.
Yeah, so that he's got that in him, but like.
So wait, who is your man of the match for Huddersfield then? When we played them.
Well, let's put it this way: it was Hamza. But then it wasn't Hamza.
So who's come for after all that?
Well, seeing as you've spoilt my ploy, Chris, of picking Marty.
Yeah, you just go for the easy option. You can't do that, mate. He's not.
No, Marty isn't the easy option, but sometimes you've got to say Marty's. He's
no American.
Right, okay, I'm going to say Hamza.
You're going to say Hamza. Ooh.
Because to come back from, he must have been absolutely distraught after giving that penalty away. So he's got the character, like Tom said. He's played for Sheffield United. It was a number 1 on the team sheet, and that there's a reason why. And they only just missed out on getting promoted. His captain is in the leader group, and he showed today that he's a pivotal part of what we need going forward. He's some of the character that Tom says we need.
Did Hamza give a penalty away by chance? I don't know. I've just heard a rumour. I don't know if it's true or not. Well,
he's giving a few away, Chris, to be honest.
That is true. Can't argue
He's having
with that.
a wild game. Get Ricardo on from at half time. He has wild games now and again. Remember for England under 21s where he got sent off in 20 minutes from centre mid against France.
Well, let's have a look at what Alan said here for his man of the match. And I did say to Tom, and I did say to Wayne. Well, I didn't say to Wayne, but I said to Tom. Although he very much got the consolation prize, Hamza, because Tom didn't think you were good enough for man of the match. In fact, guys, if any of the team are watching, he didn't think any of you were good enough for man of the match. He wanted to give it to your boss, but just leave that out there. But the official man of the match, courtesy of Mr. Bennett, Alan, is Hamza Chowdhury. Yeah. I thought he had a good game. He was again throwing his body in, but look, that's the official one coming from Alan. Very, very quickly.
Yeah, it was just a quick one. The only reason I've gone for Jacob is because I think it could be his breakout performance for Leicester City today because it was backs to the wall and we won 1-0. That's why. But I think Hamza was very good, yeah.
You pick Jakub, you didn't pick Hamza. Don't try and lick arse now.
You weren't mentioning Hamza, mate. You weren't. I was the first one to mention him.
You did. Yes, you were. But don't try and say that, I should have had Hamza, really, because that's what Alan...
So how do we know Alan's not wrong?
Alan's never wrong.
Right, and Alan's not wrong.
Alan is never wrong.
Oh.
It's in his contract. I can't ever say that Alan is wrong.
You told us.
Guys, I'm going to round this up now. Jim, have you got 3 things we learned today?
I do. First of all, props to the 3 of you. We learned we have Jaguar fans in the UK, so thank you. And sticking along that note, we learned that we are now showing the 3 Leicester kits between the 3 of them. If you look, Chris, you got the new second kit.
Or today's kit, in fact.
Yeah, today's kit. I've got the new home kit, thanks to Wayne. And of course, Wayne, show us the Jeremy Manga kit. There you go. So that's one.
This is tight around the neck, which I like. The pink one's a little bit loose around the neck, you know.
Oh,
hey! Iron it on, mate. Iron it on. Can I just say, Tom, the 4 of us in here, you obviously didn't get the memo about wearing a shirt. And if nobody noticed, when I did actually nip off during the watch along and I did actually run on the pitch, nobody noticed because I was wearing the right shirt.
Listen, you running on a pitch, no. Not going to see it. You running down to your local pub, I could see that.
All I can say, Chris, is I got an extra gift over all of you because I got the T-shirt as well. So I got to show it off for my boy Jim.
There you go.
And when are we doing the Jaguar watch-alongs on this channel, Chris?
And no, I will say fair enough because you drove a lot that day. Jim did say that he did have to wear a mask because of the car he was in.
No. Listen, props to all you guys for making my visit so entertaining. No, really, I just meant Tom and Wayne.
Well, I was going to say it was really, really lovely to finally meet Bev.
To meet Bev. I knew.
Just a shame that she had to bring you, really.
Knew it was coming. So, second thing we learned.
No, the third, didn't we? Wasn't that the third? The Jaguar hat.
The one was just everybody's attire and the hats. Number 2, we learned that losing Mads is not a bad thing. It helped us in PSR. You saw he gave up 8 goals in his last 2 games, and we got confidence in our number 1 now. And I think Stolarczyk is that. And then the last bit we learned for everybody out there, the season is not over yet. It's early and it's going to be a long season, but it's going to give us a lot to talk about in post-match.
Couldn't have said anything better myself, Jim. Well rounded off. I need to have a little thing for you. Yes. I need to have a little thing made for you, don't I? Yeah. Guys, just very quickly, thank you very much. Coming back at 6, I'll be with the one in pink. I would drop Mike, but he wouldn't be very happy. But thanks very much, guys. See you at 6 o'clock. We're going to be talking about FaZe. He's the only way out. Who knows? Jim, all the way from America, thank you very much indeed. And I went through a whole show today on the radio, and I don't think I criticised America once. Tom, as always, it was lovely to meet you both. Wayne, we've got to meet soon as well, but I will see you at 6 o'clock. Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody that's been in the watch along. Smash the like, subscribe, click the notification bell. If you're watching on catch up, as a lot of you do, add your comments in below. I'm going to add the chapters in so you know where everything is. I will see you at 6. Thanks very much, guys. Good night. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.